Has anybody noticed that remember that there used to be a lot of lag with your steering wheel versus your physical wheel versus the animated wheel in multiplayer? It seems to have gone away.
I just find the whole steering thing in multiplayer lag anyway.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad as it used
a little
to be,
bit. No, I would agree.
On 15, it was awful. You could turn your wheel halfway
I've
around.
never played 15 in multiplayer.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna.
Well,
So.
I'm going to, yeah, but not. I haven't. Well, apart from that day, we done the one thing in it.
Yeah, it used to be really bad. That last update when they got ready for the South American DLC or expansion, there was a couple of little changes they snuck in. That's Giants. They'll do. That's what I'm really curious about. 19.
As you say, like 19 is on the way. They're obviously pre-testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they did with Stuff as well. They put in a lot of things that was just testing for 17.
Like, I didn't even think about that though until you just mentioned it. But do you suppose that there's a chance that we're going to see something with this Ropa DLC that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and we were on about that the other day. Like, is it worth it? But it could put something in that's not there already.
You guys keep an eye on this. You can you can get paid for streaming. I wouldn't expect to make a living off it though. This is something you do because you want to do it, because you enjoy doing it. That's it. Like, if you're not Squirrel or one of those guys, you're not gonna make any money off it. So it's not why you do it.
Yep.
Where's the trailer?
Which trailer?
We have an trailer. I think it's down here.
We have one trailer for the wheat, and we have 2 forage harvesters.
Yeah.
A forage wagon.
I'm carting.
So it's going to be a little difficult for Kevin to sell anything.
You can't sell while we're doing that. No, you'll have to find something else.
Can we talk to the boss and ask if we can lease a trailer?
Well, yeah, you could probably lease a trailer.
That's what I was just looking at. I'm looking at it. It's 15, 20 to lease another one the same like this.
We have 27,000, so we'd nearly be able to buy one altogether, because...
Oh, this is how it starts. This is how it starts, and pretty soon the budget is right out the window.
No, because we have and tipper.
Yep.
So
if you don't at least
I just bought one.
We have we have a tipper. Tippers are something.
Well, now we have 2 tippers, so there's another one at the store.
No boy. I can see Roy's face already. That's it. When you guys run out of money, that's it. You're not getting.
Oh, that's it. Well, that's exactly it.
I need to back up. Thank you.
But we have a bit of grain in the storage to sell off.
Yeah.
Well, that should cover the price of the...
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we can sell that to pay for the price of the trailer, we're not...
Only sell stuff that's in the green, though.
Yeah. We can always at the moment.
Try and get a good price for wool.
Yeah, canola is.
Yeah. I really don't agree with leasing things at all unless it's 10 hours or less.
So this is 2 weeks on this map. I would bet by next week where somebody's into we could just cheat in a little money, dude. It never... I'm telling you. It will happen. We'll
remove the money cheat, so it can't be done.
Yeah, because it's real hard to just go in the XML and do it.
Well, it is in multiplayer.
We just all take the economy XML, that's all. Or the game save.
Well, I suppose it's... Yeah.
To do it first.
What'd you say?
It sounds like you're trying to make your plans of how to cheat money in there.
Yeah.
If I wanted to cheat money in, I would just say cheat in some money, Stu. But no,
I'm just saying
that's how it always works out with us. This is a great idea that we got going here, but eventually, someday, we're going to have 15 people that want to play. And we're going to be like, we're going to need some...
We have 10 tractors, so you can go drive a tractor around the map.
Do we really have 10 tractors?
We have all the little tractors,
Yeah,
cool.
It's like
tractors.
Can I get a pipe?
Have at least one bigger tractor, because we can't buy the butterfly mower.
No, the front mower is fine, Peter.
Yeah.
Hey,
I guess
come on, Peter.
20 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen that the tariffs are out now? I would very much like to see those on this map.
Are they MR'd? And we have to go through the whole thing. Up an MR folder.
Yeah, what? Putting a folder into the mods folder? Yeah, it's hard, David.
The tear up. Is that the one? Is that the CD whatever model thing, no?
I don't know if it's CDs or not, but it's. I know it's. I love those mowers. Yeah.
The side mower.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Use the front mower and the side mower.
Well, no, it's the offset. It's not the side.
I was going to buy that one.
I would rather if I was doing it, I'd rather just do it with the front mower on the back, because the side mower, I mean, it works okay, but you gotta really sort of fiddle with it to get it lined up right every time. And if you're like me and you,
well, I find with the side, if you use the side and the front, you just kind of line up. You line up the front.
Yeah.
Where you're. It's actually easier than the butterflies because.
Well, so
you can just drive
okay, BP. With the side mower, you're going to have to go in a circle to make it easy. You can't just go up and down. Because then I can see where you're lining up. Okay, yeah, that could be potentially difficult.
You gotta go.
But if you just go around and around the field, it's easy. Which that's what that setup's made for.
Anyway,
just to go in circles.
Since I do most of the grass cutting on these maps,
I understand.
Think I'll decide which ones I want to use. Welsh Farmer, it's a bit weird watching you in a without a lot of. Yeah, this is. Well, you know, we've had a sort of philosophy about multiplayer that it's multiplayer, right? And we don't worry so much about it. So if we buy a bunch of big equipment or whatever, it's whatever. We decided, well, these guys decided this time, and I fully agree with it, that we would try to do it right, quote unquote, where we would make the money to buy stuff.
And we're doing it with MR.
And it's MR, right? So, which makes it a lot of fun. And that sort of limits the amount of equipment we can use. Now, a ton of stuff has been MR'd, you know that, but we don't have
our little equipment that cost $1 million to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like we haven't spent a lot of money already, but we haven't gone through the whole
call that initial investment
process of getting the MR XML data bank folder in and everything. Is going to take 2 minutes when we do, because there's quite a few things on that I would like to use that I've used in single player. So,
sorry, man. Sorry.
All right, just.
But obviously, all the in-game stuff is MR'd, so that's where we're starting with.
Yeah, because we have the horse stuff on, which we should theoretically, get the MR stuff for that as well.
And one thing about this map is, you know what? I can actually just turn around now. One thing about this map is that while there are some big fields on the map, there's no big roads on the map,
and there's lots of hills.
So,
most tight turns.
So even if you have, even if you have the money to do it, you may not be able to physically get the stuff down the road.
So the horse DLC is the perfect one, because it's big equipment and folding equipment.
That folds up small, right. Now the other thing about that though is that in this, I haven't the only coon thing I've used with MR is the what did I use? Oh, I used that mower. That big side mower.
It's a big side mower.
That thing is heavy. Can I just say now, you can run it on 100 horsepower, but it's
4 meters wide, like it's
all that coon stuff is very heavy, and when it's MR'd, it's even heavier. So, and I'm not a big fan of the big batwing mowers anyway, or the side mowers, I should say, not the batwings, but the side mowers. So, because with as much grass as I cut, I just need the job to be, I'm a butterfly guy. I like butterfly mowers. That's just what I like. But again, the best butterfly mowers I've seen for MR, the John Deere ones, they're fantastic, but they're heavy. And they take a lot of power. That's every bit of a T7 to run those. So that won't be happening down here for a while.
By the time you do that, you might as well just go and buy a big M.
Yeah.
MR as well.
I've always thought the big M was a little ridiculous, though. Like, I know everybody, was excited about it.
It's the same size as the butterfly mowers. It's 13
meters. Yeah.
But it looks bigger.
Well, that's the thing, and I think that's the thing that throws me off on it, is it looks so massive.
But the thing is, that kind of money then is dedicated to just doing grass, whereas a T7 will do other things.
Right. I have used the big M before, obviously, but I just always feel like that's something that that's a commercial piece of equipment where that's all that thing needs to run 24 hours a day cutting grass.
Yeah, and it's expensive to hire in with the hire system. Like.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like 30 grand. Initial cost and like $7 grand a day or whatever. So
$7 grand an hour or whatever.
An hour, yeah.
You spend a couple of hours cutting grass. It's expensive.
If you have enough grass to make it worth it, then you probably have enough grass to make it worth buying. And that's the way I'm like. That's how I always play, and I'm really starting to work on that.
Well, I think it's kind of once you get to is it over 10 hours, you're better off buying it than renting it.
Probably, yeah. Okay, yep, no problem, West Farmer. We'll be here. We'll be here for a couple hours. So.
Yeah, Dav, because the way it works out, you just about 10 for the cost of the thing.
So if you're going to use it for more than 10 hours, you're better off to buy it if you can.
It's a little more than the 10 for the cost, but when you factor in the selling price of the vehicle, like you could buy it for 15 hours work and sell it off afterwards, and you'd spend less and you'd be higher on it.
And grass is a long term. You know what I mean? You're not making money immediately off of grass.
Yeah.
So, and you've got all the other, okay, so you're doing grass. So you've got to spend the money to cut it. You've got to spend the money to tat it. You've got to spend the money to row it. You've got to spend the money to bale it. So, and then you got to wait for the cows to turn it into money.
Or sell it as...
Or you turn it into pellets, and you use that pellet
silage
thing, or whatever. Or silage, yeah, but...
Yeah, so money making if you have extra sell it.
Yeah, but here in Sweden we do
I've never had extra grass.
That was the very first thing I actually reduced the price on was silage.
Silage. Well, silage isn't the big hit anymore like it used to be anyway, right? Isn't it wool now? Wool is the big...
Wool is,
Wool's a good one.
Yeah, that's why I reduced wool.
And the price
of everything, right?
Well, you can't make $1 million off of one bale anymore? Dang it.
On Roy's map, anyway, it's not a hole.
No.
Okay, so there's a question. So since Perry here is thinking of going to end up with about 50 sheep in a couple of months, if I were to say wanted to lower the price of wool, how do I do it?
You go open the map, and there's a map 01 XML, and there's all the prices.
You can change all the price. It's by a factor, so it's...
Is it a multiplier?
Okay. Yeah, it's 1.0. I think mine's something like 0.4.
So you can work out what it sells at, and then change it to 0.5 or point whatever you want, or...
Yeah.
So I've actually looked for that in some maps, and I've never been able to find it. There used to be a value that you could just change, but now I knew it's different, but I never knew where to look.
Yeah, it's a separate XML file called map01 XML.
So that means when I do that, you guys would have to download the map again?
Yeah.
Or could I just rip that XML out?
Because
no, we'd have to have it, because it'll be a different hashtag.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, all right.
But it's an easy thing to do because we've done it. Well, the only reason I know how to do it is because of putting compost as a sell place on the map.
Yeah.
I just don't want Perry to become a millionaire his first year off of wool. Milk is bad enough, so... and the less I have to mess with the money, the happier I'm going to be.
Isn't the milk hard coded, Roy?
Milk has always been hard coded.
You can actually use the cell. You can use the milk cell trigger, and you can adjust that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that means somebody's going to have to go and haul,
Yeah, somebody has
100,000 liters of milk all the time.
And then you'll put a sell point in for it.
No, it comes with one. It's a paceable.
Yeah.
I want the milk truck back. I miss the milk truck.
Because you have, with that one you get the pick up the milk to sell it, and then there's a stop milk mod as well. Or stop selling it. Yeah, you just sell it all then. Otherwise it'll still sell at midnight if you just put in the sell milk one.
I had to get rid of that on Old Ridge because I was literally making so much milk that I would spend an entire day selling milk. And with the story where Cabo only takes milk every 3 days, I was literally bringing hundreds of thousands of liters of milk over to the Cabo. It would take all day. Oh. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just have Eastern come and pick it up again. Whatever. Oh, I just couldn't. I couldn't justify spending a whole day delivering milk.
Yeah, job for course, but no.
No, of course, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I tried.
It doesn't work because it won't unload or load half the time.
It doesn't know. It doesn't know that triggers an unload point, no matter what you try to set it to. I've tried it numerous times.
Even if you put a pause point, you can put a pause, and usually they'll unload, but it still doesn't work.
No, it doesn't recognize.
It's very annoying.
You know why it doesn't recognize it as a trigger? Because it's not tied to the hard-coded economy.
Yeah,
you get the money, but it's not Like
and
it doesn't.
It's one of those you press R rather than unload, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way of disabling everything in seasons and not just leaving the milk sale price, so you can adjust it to whatever you want. Should be able to.
You know what I'd like to be able to do in seasons is disable everything but the texture changes. See, that's the version of seasons I'd like to see in 19. You know what I mean? Just change the textures. Give me some snow in the winter, you know, and then give me some dead trees and hedges and stuff in the winter, and then let everything green up again in the spring, and let me do everything else myself. Because that would be great. That's about as immersive of seasons as I want.
And then you can have it spring for however long you want, and then go on.
Right.
So exactly. You can have a 100-day winter, or you can have a 2-day winter, or a no-day winter.
Because if you had now, seasons is great for the fact that it gives you a reason to do stuff. It's like soil mod, right? It gives you a reason to have to do things. Like, I play the way I play. Here's, and I got thinking about this the other day when we were on Drummer, and I didn't say it because I hadn't completed the thought, but I realized that the reason I make so many bales is because, obviously, every day is a real day on Drummer. The reason every day is a real day on these series is because I like to make bales. So I'll make 500 bales, and then I need a reason to have 500 bales. So, see, now I think with seasons, the problem is bales and seasons are a pain in the ass because they don't work the way they do in real life. Oh.
I might need to shove up the hill down by the freight yard in a bit.
What tractor have you got?
The Stayer.
Not a...
Isn't there another tractor?
Not a powerful enough one, apparently.
I've got the ST Max 105.
It's 180 horsepower, isn't it? No, 150. The ST Max is 150.
No, they're all the small ones. That's only 90 something.
Oh.
No, we have some 100. Yeah. I think it's 100.
I've got the 4115. I think it's the bigger one.
You've decided that's the Platinum Edition one, Kev, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only 90 something, I think.
He's still so hard to go on. MrMoonDog was here. I don't know where he went.
He had something come up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, had something come up. He decided he wanted to go fly or play Stationaires. I'm only messing with him. I'm sure it was something, you know, serious.
He's playing.
Project High Rise.
Yeah.
Project High Rise.
Yeah, he might not be actually playing, though. He might have just left it running.
AFK, then.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this. We are nothing if not efficient.
Stu nearly went over.
I'm surprised nobody's in here seeding this. You are.
Yeah.
I know.
There is a bit of slurry to use for fertilizer.
Should have done that before we cultivated, Roy.
Yeah.
Probably not enough to do the whole fields anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it is.
It is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used manure to fertilize all the fields last time.
But you did say that the other fields will need ploughing, didn't you? So we can do that.
Yeah, use it on those fields. That way we can plow it in.
Yeah, and we should have some digestators and liquid as well.
Oh, we need yeah.
We need a liquid spreader, but
we don't have a permit to haul digestate, though.
What's the game? It'll be alright.
Are you full there? Yeah. So let me just get out of the way then.
Well, all this silage.
Actually, this field is
silage for making the liquid.
That's what I'm saying. There'll be digestate here from dumping all the silage.
Oh, is that what you call it? Right, digestate.
No.
Sorry.
It's basically a foul-smelling paste that gets mixed with water to form a fertilizer. That is massively toxic and massively corrosive and dangerous, and it requires a special permit to use, to haul, to...
Well, in the game it's slurry, so it's still liquid cow shit.
It's liquid poop.
But the digestate isn't.
Yeah, but in the game files
in the game it is, right.
Well, it's slightly... It's the same. It does the same as slurry.
Well, for that matter, we could just put a wastewater treatment plant. We could just spread human shit.
I know. If they bring a mod out, off we go.
There was, I swear I've seen one.
But that was solid, wasn't it? That was in a muck spreader, like that was in
the what is it called? The reconstituted human waste or whatever.
That was on off that big Homer thing, wasn't it?
I thought that's how they spread it, wasn't it? Isn't it a solid thing that they have to leave it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like mud. It was like.
Yeah. It just basically looks like compost.
Yes.
Yeah.
And usually it's mixed with compost. Yeah. Because it has to be all cooked and baked down and get rid of all the dangerous bacteria and viruses and shit.
I know it takes a long time for the process to be. Yeah. That's just sitting around just. Ugh.
Like if you get it this year, the stuff that you're spreading was made 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, that's I think the last date, David.
That's it. Yeah.
Come on.
Do you want me to leave the tractor down here, or?
We may as well leave them down here, sure, yeah.
And then only
something else, we can take them up, but if not, we may as well leave them here.
They're only allowed to use it on
again.
certain crops, aren't they? Crop types.
Yeah. And you're only allowed to use it certain times of the year. That's definitely a thing where you cannot spread it if it's frozen or if there's any runoff, standing water and all that. It's funny because when I read the UK standard practices of waste spreading, and it's all grouped into one basically. It's one document with all the different kinds. Liquid, pretty much do whatever you want with as long as you're 30 meters away from a water course, as long as your equipment is, been inspected and everything. Digestate, whole other thing, whole new permits. You got to take a course. You got to have special equipment and everything else. Can't store it on your farm. You can only haul it a certain amount of miles.
45,000 we've got here.
I was driving around to see where that was. Is it there? Yeah.
Yeah, 45,000. It's only 5% as well.
Oh yeah, it'll take a good lot.
I think it's 900,000 in total. It gets up to. I filled one up before, so I remember it was 900,000. But that might have changed, or I don't know if Roy changed it.
I can't remember. It could be dependent on the map. I'm not sure.
What's that?
The
digestate tank.
Digestate tanks.
No, they hold up a bunch.
Yeah, that's a set value.
Right.
So yeah, I know that's a set value because you can actually cheat that stuff in. Unlike manure anymore, you can't cheat manure in anymore, but you can still cheat slurry in because it's a actual object.
Yeah.
So what next?
Seed and I'd say strip.
Someone can take the forge wagon because I'm doing manure.
You go and spread manure. Okay.
Wait, what have I got? I've got fertilizer. Yeah.
Alright, you can take this one here, Stu, and I'll go down. I'll do the forage.
Okay.
You're gonna make it
down here, BP, without filling up?
Right,
I'm only 67%.
Yeah, okay. What do you want your seeds?
Oh, we do have a liquid one. Okay. What tractor did you have, Armour? Or what tractor? Have you got a tractor on the forage wagon?
Nope. It's sitting there nearby.
Yeah, I see it sitting down here by the field.
Yeah, between field 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Where am I going? Field 8 is it?
Field 8 is what needs to be seeded next, or fertilized and seeded.
Fertilized, yeah.
What is that, Roy? The Hurleman?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my Linder still kicking around? My yellow Linder's?
Yeah, it's around.
Gonna have to meet me on the other side, Travis, because these trees.
You think the trees are gonna hit the pipe?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Can you get between?
I mean, we made it. Yeah, I can get between.
All right.
All right, Peter. No honking.
Those chops of the trees down. Some money.
Was that you, honk?
That's a slippery slope. Once you start, next thing you know, we're all.
I'm on my way to the barn.
Oh, okay.
So what you want in seeded?
Somebody honked.
Whatever, Stu. Doesn't matter.
Right. Okay.
It'll all come up on great demand eventually.
I don't think you'd have a couple of thousand stuff this month.
What, trees?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you would, because I know which ones you put down.
How many did I go? 14,000?
Close to 15.
Roy, I mean, free.
And people say that I have, like, when I'm playing Planet Coaster and I put down 100,000 rocks at a time. I can't imagine sitting in GE and planting 15,000 trees.
Well, it has taken how many years, in fairness?
Like, I got rid of... Are we not unloading here?
No, you didn't stick your pipe out.
I did put the pipe out.
So the question after
no, I did. I don't know what the story with that was.
Okay. I don't know what was going on.
What was that, Stu?
Oh, it'd probably help if my button box was plugged in. I'm pushing a button on a button box. Not even plugged.
Do you want me to...
I was like, okay.
Or can you want to go now?
I have to remember to plug that in.
You can go now.
Right,
because this will be the last pass that I do when I go back up, just to get the bits that I missed in the centre.
Alright, so you don't want to fertilise the ground now before I put on?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I thought you had the fertiliser.
Ah, right, okay. Sorry.
It takes a while when you only do 600 liters in the bucket to fill up the murder spreader.
Yeah.
Sorry, Roy.
It's okay.
The silage grabber is bigger. 1,500.
Yeah, but that spawn is down at the VGA.
Okay, but we have 2, I think.
We have 3 of them now.
Okay.
There's 2 to be checked. There should be 1 there with grass in it, Hammer, that can be tipped out.
Where? I cannot
by
see
the cows. I left one by the cows with grass in it. Cleaning up the cows.
Go up and grab the fertiliser and do that first then.
And the equipment that we accumulate more than one of always, like we have 3 silage forks.
Yeah, we have 3 front loader tractors.
Yeah. We have a lot of, there's only, I think, anything that can be front loaded is, except for Roy's and this one, I think.
The yellow, I don't think the Linder's got a front loader console. I don't know, did I buy the front loader console for it? I don't remember.
Yes, I think it does.
No, they didn't have. But the Massey didn't have. But
David's in there.
Well, anything that did have an option of a front loader when I brought it got a front loader option.
Not the Massey. Didn't have.
Well, might not have one, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, the little Massey, the 50?
Yeah.
Well, some of them were brought before he went and brought everything we didn't already have.
Yeah.
So if they were brought before that, they didn't necessarily get a front loader.
The Massey didn't have one, but I put one on because it's a step nose.
Yeah, that's really made for front loader. That's why we have it for that Hurleman too, for that matter. That Hurleman's got a steam nose on it too.
Cut these trees out over here and expand this field out.
No. That would mean taking away a grass field. We don't do that, Travis.
we don't have enough grass fields? Okay.
If anything, I'm more likely to plant grass on this field. And then cut those trees out.
Well, I was going to say plow up one of the grass
and that may very well happen at some point.
Yeah.
If we get another
I'll happily plow up a grass field if we put grass back on it again.
Oh no, I'd quite happily plow up a grass field and put corn or something on it.
I tell you what, you plow up a grass field, I'm going to put potatoes on it.
So there's nothing on field 6 then.
I want potatoes.
I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
I want potatoes too, but I want to see what this potato DLC is going to be like before I get into potatoes again, because it's got to make it more interesting. It's got to.
Don't tell Roy you want potatoes. They'll buy the biggest field you can and plant potatoes on it.
Well, okay.
Well,
the problem is that, you know, the big potato equipment is boring. We've been using it since Farm Sim 13, you know? Yeah. I just can't wait to see this DLC and see what that... Now, is that going to be... Are we going to see that this year, or is that going to be a 19 thing? I'm guessing
that's going to be... That's the modern one, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, whether that actually comes to full fruition is another thing. You would hope so, but...
Whether they get it done or not.
Yeah, because it's on them rather than Giants.
Right. But I have zero interest in doing potatoes until there's some new equipment. So even the rootster is cool. Like I'd rather, like for sugar beets, I'd rather do sugar beets with the trail deal and the defoliator on the front, because at least it's interesting, even though it doesn't hold very much. But okay, so the Roper DLC is going to have a new trailed lifter and a defoliator. It's going to be a yellow rootster. It's all it's going to be. They're all the same.
Yeah. What looks it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put a rope and a homer together. The only difference is Scania engine in it. The other one has an MAN engine in it. One's red, one's yellow. They're designed to do a job. They're going to all look the same. So anybody who's thinking about asking me at some point, BP, what do you think about the Roper DLC? Do you think it's worth it? No. Am I going to buy it? Yes. So
you know what I saw a couple months now? A potato harvester with 3 wheels.
Now,
so
yeah. Speaking of that, there's so many cool. If you watch, like, of course, we all watch a lot of real farming videos, right? There's so many cool, like, self-drive potato harvesters out there. Why don't we have any of those? Like the ones with the
big thing in 19, new potato harvesting.
The ones with the massive, Terra tires on the one big wheel in the middle of it in the front, and then either the tracks or the 2 big wheels on the back, but offset wheels so that when it turns, it doesn't drive on the same, patch of ground all the time. There's so many cool ones out there. Big ones, small ones, little ones.
That field needs to be plowed, Roy. I think
yeah, it needs fertilising first, though, because we're going to spread slurry on there.
Okay, I thought Peter said it didn't need to be plowed, but it's...
I had a thought about this too.
Field 7 needs to be plowed.
Yeah, field 8 is grass
the
field.
First one 8 was that one is already plowed.
Yeah,
I thought of a crop that I would not so much a crop, but just for the cool equipment, tulips. I get it; it's very nichey and it's very region specific. But have you guys ever watched the way they do, the way they take care of tulips? The equipment is amazing.
Yeah.
Just for the equipment. I'll happily work on it.
I got in your way. Sorry.
No, you're fine, Peter.
No, you go ahead. Fill that up and I go
you can actually
behind you.
You can carry on behind him there, and I'll do this outside draw because I just there. Can you just throw your pipe in there a second, PP?
You want me to put my pipe in? Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to interfere with your pipe.
Yeah, I don't want to knock the pipe as I go.
Please don't touch my pipe. There goes Farmer Dad driving my tractor. Again, I buy a tractor, I kit it all out, and then I never use it again.
Mind you, it would be nice if you could turn off all 4-wheel steering on it. But
that would be nice, yes.
Is that an in-game or is that a mod?
No, that's in-game. In-game. I've never driven a Linder, so when we decided we were only going to use tractors of a certain horsepower, I'm like, well, I've driven everything else. I never drove that, so I got
it has 4-wheel steering, which is nice.
Which I didn't know.
It would be nicer if you could turn
it off. It's kind of like that 4000 JCB series.
I didn't know it had 4-wheel steer, and I'm like, what is this, broken? I'm like, what is this all about? I didn't know. I never drove it.
Peter, I have to say that New Holland setup with that trailer looks really sweet.
Yeah.
I like that
look.
look.
This fence.
It's a nice combo with the blue and red.
Oh, you got some of that hammer? Or what?
Who bought the fence? Because I like this fence.
It's a small fence.
Which one is that? The 300?
300,
yeah, those are my favorites. The 3 and a 5 series are my favorite fence.
The only problem with this is kit out with the lowest onion.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what the idea are.
Because otherwise it would be up over the horsepower limit.
Yeah,
you want a bigger engine, you spend money on it.
138.
Here's the thing, this one doesn't go that much higher up.
Yeah, but it still costs more money.
Yeah,
is it
but
the max?
we didn't. It's not, no. I think the tractors we have, the max they go up to is 130 for the biggest one.
Yeah. No, I meant the engine in that Fent maxes out at
127, I think, is it?
No, 135.
35. That's the one. That's the
135. It does.
That's the 330. Yeah.
Well, that's right. We didn't because everything was under 120. I think 125. And this is some we brought.
Yeah, the New Holland at Peters ends 125. I think that's the biggest one.
Because that only comes in at 125.
Yep.
The most powerful thing on the farm is this combine.
Yeah.
Well,
and this is only 200 and something. So. I think. I don't know. It's not much.
Plant is on 110.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah. I really like this Steyr too. The Steyrs have kind of grown on me.
Yeah, they're all right.
140 horsepower.
They're not a T7.
No, it's not a T7.
I do like the T7s.
Best. I became such a T7 fan over the summer at Drummer, doing all that silage and making all those bales. I want that in 15. There's a bunch of them kicking around, but they're all awful. I want that one that we have. That one is fantastic.
And I got the fanboy on the Yondir 7R models.
Yeah.
They kicked around now.
Well, you know what? And because people are always asking me, how come there's no John Deere's on Drummer? Because I haven't found one I like yet. Like I don't want an 8. It's too big. A 7, and the 6s. Everybody uses the 6Rs. Everybody uses.
But the 6 is not that good in model even.
Well, the 7, one that Sam N did is very, like it works good, but it looks like a 15. It looks like a 15 model.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't want it. Now there's a couple of beautiful 8Rs out, but they're too goddamn big. You don't need an 8R. So it's either the 5s, which are really good but kind of small, or the 7s, which are really good but boring. So I don't know. Eventually,
yeah, I have 1 7, and that's on to any option in them.
Yeah, and you're still looking at 230 horsepower, and it's like that's a lot of horsepower for Drummer. Yes, we have big fields on Drummer, but it's not. We're not running MR, so it's not so much of a crisis that to go up and down the hills. I mean, you could barely. That 100
barely get up and down with the JCB.
JCB, yeah, which is 230 horsepower. So. That's
the. Your money back for that trailer.
The T7 is the most powerful tractor.
We're up $8,000 from what we started.
Yeah.
Yeah. We brought a new front loader and forks, and we got a new trailer.
Well, I've still got another loud and a bit left to take.
As a matter of fact, the T7 makes more horsepower than that old Class Dominator combine. It's up at Trumpet. If that thing makes 50 horsepower after all these years,
Take an onion and put it in Class Dominator then.
I want to set that Class Dominator on fire. Is what I want to do. Gary's too fucking cheap to get rid of it. Hire somebody in.
Harvesters and fire going.
It works, doesn't it?
It works. I tell you what, I'm not spending another harvest in it though. It is. The thing is, it's not bad. I mean, it does work, but it's not comfortable, and it's loud, and it's clanky, and it's just for 12 hours a day. I'm almost bad. It doesn't even have a radio.
I'll buy you a personal stereo to listen to then.
Buy me a radio. Buy me an MP3 player. What am I going to plug it into in that thing?
Go to the local pound shop and buy me a little radio.
One of those ones you plug into your computer and put 8 songs. Have you ever seen those ones that come preloaded with songs? I bought one of those. We were going somewhere and I needed something real quick, and we were on our way, and I bought one and it had all these songs already on it. And I was going to wait to get to a hotel to pull songs off the Abacus to put on it. And the songs on it were just awful. I'm like, who buys one of these things with songs already on it?
I had a friend of mine used to be a security guard in a not so nice area. And what she used to do was spend like a few quid on a radio and have it with him. So if he had to make it move fast, he didn't care if he left it there or not.
Didn't care if he left it, yeah. Yeah. This thing cost $7. It was basically a USB stick with a headphone jack. I was like, preloaded with music, it said. I'm like, oh, good. Yeah, I can only imagine what that's going to sound like. It wasn't good. Let's just put it that way.
Where do you put the manure forks, David, then?
Where did I put them? I left them up by the cows.
No.
That's where I put them,
actually making money.
I dropped they were on a red tractor up by the cows. That's what they were.
It's in the silage pit.
No, that's a different one.
That's alright, I can't find anything on the map either.
I had left one up by the cows because I cleaned up the grass.
Yeah. And the cow silage pit, I left that one.
In the cow silage, yeah, you were driven it to the cow silage pit, yeah.
Man, thanks, Mike.
We don't have 2-1.
Right, have a look in the silage pit up by the cows, Armour.
Oh, you're fun.
There it is. There's the tractor.
Yeah, it's up by the cows, Armour.
Silage pit because I just jumped straight into the other silage.
I am at the cows as well, so.
If you tap around, you find it, anyway.
Armour, I can see the map, I can see you. You're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, I know, but I have manure in the shovel, so I'm going to dump the shovel first. On the tractor.
I mean, if you look at the map, you can see the big yellow dot where it is.
Where the hell's my lighter? Found it.
Oh yeah, Roy. No, you can fill that portable tank in Stationeers. You just have to connect to.
Yeah, I watched your video.
What? You have a problem.
Because somebody used that to take all the air out of a room while they worked on it. That setup.
Just one armor? What's the problem?
I pushed the shovel into the slurry pit. Pushed through the wall.
Right, reset it. There's a reset behind you.
Yeah, no, but I'm here right now, so.
You know you're supposed to check and stop before you come out of junction, Kevin.
Alright.
That's alright. I saw you.
What's doing over here?
Now,
What was who
Roy didn't put stop signs in, did he?
No.
Okay, well then it's free game.
Well, no, it's a T junction.
Then it's the right person to the right needs to stop.
Yeah, it's just a T junction.
Oh, let's not get into that because we'll talk about that for 4 hours.
I was turning right anyway, so.
Yeah, I know. I was going left. I was going right as well.
Wonder why I never drive on these maps.
So what, I have to put stop signs in now? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But then if I put stop signs in, there's a catch there. I'm designating a side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to drive on. And
yeah, see, that's the problem with non-regional specific maps.
Yeah. I see it's a simple thing of
I always drive on the left because it's just a habit. That's the side I drive on.
Oops.
Now, if I'm on a very specifically American map, I'm going to drive on the right side. On this map, I tend to drive on the left because that's just where I drive.
Just map the road.
Do this.
Just do this.
Put a single flashing yellow light at every intersection, right in the middle.
I could just put a sign that's above the road.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? You guys could just pay the fuck attention. That's right. Try that.
Well, no, I was. That's how I missed him.
And now that I've just ruined my chances of this video being monetized. But anyway.
I got a better idea, Roy. What you do is take those train crossing guards and put it across the road. So whenever they drives by, it puts the train guards down and stops them getting out.
There's that.
That solves all the issues of what side the road is on. It doesn't matter what side the road is on, you're not getting by.
Tell you what, playing on that, I forget what map it was some German map anyway, but it had the train crossings and it had the lights that actually worked. And to watch Courseplay stop at a red light was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Like, I completely didn't expect it. And I'd set up a quick course to make a video about something, and I'd forgotten about it, and I'd forgot to turn the traffic, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Nope. Courseplay rolled up to it turned yellow, Courseplay slowed down, it turned red, it stopped. I was like, that's cool.
If they were done right, they put up an invisible barrier across the road.
Wasn't that on your Bjornholm remake replay for BP that did that?
It wasn't Bjornholm. It was a remake of it.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was it was a completely different map. It was a sort of vignette thing I did, and I don't remember the map, but I was amazed, and I remember because I'm recording. But I ended up recording about 45 minutes of me just sitting on the side of the road at this intersection watching the Courseplay stop at the red light because I was so amazed. I didn't expect it. I was blown away.
Yeah.
No, I do remember it happening on the Nordholm. But
the Nordholm had them too, yeah. Well, I tried to put him in Old Ridge, but then I realized that if I put him in Old Ridge, it would be dumb because there's no traffic on Old Ridge. So, and thank God for that.
Yeah. Well, it's only if you're doing multiple Courseplay courses that will get in each other's way. That you kind of need it.
They're just cool. They were just because there's no sort of signaling. There's stop signs in Old Ridge, but there's no like signaling. But then me and Mike talked about it. Like, well, it's a really small village. Would you have a red light? Probably not. So
no.
I had a thought about like upgrading the roads and putting in the road signs and all that on Old Ridge at one point, but I was like, I don't want to turn it into that map. I never wanted to do anything to Old Ridge that would change the fundamental feel of it. So, and starting to like put in real road textures and all that stuff just would sort of, and plus with no traffic, it's dumb. It would ruin the feel of the map. I like Old Ridge the way it is. There won't be any more changes to unless something massive happens with the story. Unless Mike does something crazy that I have to adapt to. There'll be any
like buys a bakery.
or buys up half the valley or something or whatever. But I don't see any more changes coming. I don't want to borrow any more money. I'd like to be out of debt at some point in my Old Ridge career. And the dairy extension was the big one, and that was probably the last major change I'm going to make to the. Oh, pipe's already up. You want to get me here, Charles?
Yeah.
So quiet.
Yeah, every so often it's quiet.
Yeah,
like they have nothing.
Yeah, narrow roads, you have to concentrate.
Eight in the Discord, it goes quiet like this.
Oh, wait, Discord crashed.
You think we're all landing or something?
I'm trying to.
We're building something.
Drive this tractor with 4-wheel steer and not turn it over.
I'm just mowing.
I'm just fertilizing, spraying, luring, manuring. And try to steer.
So I was looking at that. What's it called? Ocean Rivals or something like that. Ocean Company Rivals. That looks bad. It's a ship company game.
Yeah. Management game, or is it?
Yeah.
Can you pilot steal captainship yourself?
No, you take contracts and then you send your ship out.
One of those ones, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say World Ship Simulator is fantastic, and the only reason I don't play it more is just because it's tedious, but the look of it is great.
That's why I was looking for something that had an economy system in it, so you had goals that you could set yourself, and obviously waiting for the other one to come out. It was like, well, is there something else out there on the market that is similar in some ways?
I'm telling you, World Logistics Simulator. It's got, and it's too bad the guys who were working on it just finally realized that it was too overwhelming of a project. But somebody's going to figure it out someday. Somebody will figure it out someday.
Isn't there one of the flight sims trying to do that? Wasn't there? Was the Aerosoft one?
Well, they have a. What is that thing called? Yeah, I have no idea. I know a ways back. Hey, Welsh Farmer, welcome back. A way back, there was a company that was trying to combine Euro Truck, World Ship Simulator, Flight Simulator, and one other thing, not Farm Sim, into one whole package where it wasn't so that you would literally jump from one industry to another, but you could hire, like you would. Say you were a transport company. Well, you'd buy trucks, and then you'd work your way up and you'd buy planes and you'd start doing air freight and shit like that, right? And they were trying to combine them all, but the problem is they can't combine the actual games because the developers aren't having it. So they had to create a whole different platform, and they finally got to the point where they were looking at it costing tens of millions of dollars, and they'd raised about $50,000 in a Kickstarter. So
yeah, so you'd have to come up with your own everything.
Yeah.
Maybe something like the way that thingy works, that Haybarn that was released for Fs17, where it was run on a server. Anything that was pre in there, you could purchase on another farm.
Oh, that what was that?
Economy or whatever it was.
Global market month.
That's the one. I have that.
There's another one kicking around. Have you seen that other one kicking around? MP Buy, it's called. I haven't looked at it. I only saw it.
Isn't that down to? I thought that was for the individual multiplayer setup.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I just have to see it.
Everyone so you can have multiple farms going on the same map.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't read it. I just happened to see it.
Yeah, no,
I know. I was very excited that somebody finally did the slurry trading system, because there's times when I want to just do a vignette of whatever that I just don't. Okay. Well, you know what? If we have one floating tree,
we found that one. We found that one, Peter.
That's our character tree. We leave that.
That's on the little hill going up to the cell point.
Yeah. I have it.
Yeah. We found that one on the walk around.
So we don't have to switch maps because
no,
we'll leave it.
Roy has a notepad that he's writing all the things down on.
No, but don't change. No, see, you got to have a character bit on the map, though. That's your character bit. One floating,
like your tree that's above the side.
Yeah, my invisible tree over the dairy extension that I've cut down 800 times, pulled it out as giant editor, and it still won't disappear.
But
yeah,
you still have that floating tree over the silage pits, which are no longer there, are they? The ones down by the extra storage in Aldridge.
No, those are gone.
The floating tree is still up there, no?
Where the compost machine is.
Yeah.
No.
The only air is. Did you get rid of that one? You did.
I think so. Now I got to go look now, because I'm pretty sure the only floating tree I have, and it's not a tree, it's just a couple of branches, is over
Alright,
the
but no, that was a tree that was in the original map day one.
Yeah.
As in, that's part of Aldridge, was it had the tree up above the silage bit.
Yeah. Well, I certainly didn't add any trees to it.
No, it wasn't added. But I remember saying it in one of your videos that it was nice that you'd left the tree still floating in the air.
That was you that said that. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. It could very well still be there.
I remember coming across it in the original map. So I knew it wasn't you had done something. It was part of the map day one.
I know I cut down all the trees around the outside of that, when that used to just be a little meadow there across from the dairy, to make the dairy extension, and that one damn tree just wouldn't go away no matter what I did to it. So I just left it. I said, to hell with it. We'll just leave it. I can't cut it down. I can't pull it out in Giants Editor. It's just hard-coded into the map, I guess.
Is it painted, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. Like when I go in it, when I was in Giants Editor doing that whole bit of the map, I couldn't, like, there wasn't anything. It wasn't there in Giants Editor. I mean, like, I couldn't click on it, so it's just not there. No, it's just a phantom. Whatever.
Someone can start plowing on field 7.
But probably if they weren't doing something else.
Yeah.
You could start plowing on field 7 armor.
I'm fertilizing. Field 7.
I'm back. Sorry about that. To refill my tea and all sorts. So, what do we do now?
Armor's looking for somebody to go plowing on field 7.
Right. Okay.
He's fertilizing it at the same time, so there's
I'll
plenty to
dump
get
the
started.
fertilizer off this wee tractor here and take it down to plough the Massey.
You gotta be careful. We're making money.
I know. We're up to 50. We've made 20 grand today.
Jesus, man, this thing's swinging. Okay.
You crop wheels on that one, so you are not that stable.
I've just have half a trailer to sell as well.
Are you on your last half trailer, is it?
Yeah.
Apparently, newbie farm isn't hard enough. Okay.
Yeah, well, okay.
Well, no, but
there's a 7 of us on it, too.
Yeah.
And that's all Peter's work during the week with stuff in silos to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just noticed, now I haven't used this thing a whole bunch. I used it when it first came out, this combine. But I just noticed over here on the pillar that there's another gauge, like 2 gauges down there. Well, the thing that annoys me about gauges in Farm Sim is if you're just gonna have it be an image and it's just always gonna say 0.0, don't show me the gauge, because I keep looking at it hoping it's gonna change. And
well, hopefully in 19 they'll start actually work.
Some interactive monitors would be the best thing ever.
Because the amount of mods that have them, but not even but like gauges that actually tell you something. So like if it's a fill, even if you can't interact with it, but it tells you, so you can turn off your HUD.
Be nice to be able to press hold Alt down and then click on a button. Something
be able to click on a monitor or a button. Yeah, see now that's stuff that's like big.
That's something I would like to see on Fs17.
That would be so cool. Interactive cab, that would be
every tractor.
Study level stuff.
Or to give you a reason to get a touchscreen monitor.
It'd be a reason to drive inside the cab.
I'm in it.
And I doubt
the cab as well.
The reason they won't do that, why won't they do that, everybody? Can we all say it at the same time? Thank you.
Yeah. But then if consoles
have
can run seasons...
Okay, but what button are you going to push to activate a monitor inside?
Well, you could always have it so that you push the button, push one of the sticks down, and that locks it free cam, and then the other one will turn.
Like in Arma, you press Alt to go in free cam.
Yeah, but in
you don't have Alt on a console though.
Yeah.
But you just map a button to it. Surely they have buttons. Press 60 buttons to do it.
Again, now see. We're saying it.
Did anyone ever play Mortal Kombat and you had to press a big combination of buttons? I could never do it, but
I don't play games where you have to press more than one button at once.
Right, but my point is, you can do like so. Yes, we can press Alt or whatever, but if you have to press B1 and B2 and some other button, well, that's what console players do.
Right, but okay, so so let's just walk that out. Let's be fair. You're driving a tractor at X amount of miles an hour. And all of a sudden, not only do you have to drive the tractor with the sticks and the triggers and all that, but you have to push B, X, G, whatever, as you're driving to go move your view. That's just fiddly.
Right, but the answer to that then is, why not? If you're on a console, well, you can get a good steering wheel. You don't have to use the sticks.
Okay. But if you're going to do that, then you might as well just build a $600 PC.
Well, yes.
So there's the answer, everybody. There's the Monkey Show answer. Get off the console, go build a PC.
Well, I'm driving with a PlayStation. I'm driving with a PlayStation wheel, and there's nothing wrong with it.
But it's not a PlayStation wheel you're driving with.
Well, it is. It's
a PC wheel that's compatible with PlayStation. It's the other way around.
No.
Be a way of trying selling that.
Here's the thing: the PlayStation D29 wheel is only for PlayStation only, but people who found around it, the Xbox One wheel are for PC.
No, PlayStation.
No, he has the you have the
G29 the G29 is for the PC, and the 2090 or 9020, they're both for the PC.
Yeah.
One is for the PlayStation.
One's for the
3
Xbox.
and 4. One is for the Xbox.
My way of looking at that is, if it's got a USB port, not some funky ass console specific port, it's made for the PC. Mm-hmm. Steering wheels are made for the PC because you play your console on a fucking couch. Where do you put your steering wheel? I remember a friend of mine had a steering wheel. Now I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, and I don't care. But I remember one of my friends had a steering wheel that had two little things. You set it on your lap, and it actually locked your legs together. I'm like, what? Get that thing away from me.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I remember them.
Mm-hmm. I'd be the guy to be drilling fucking bolts into my legs to hold the thing down. You know what I mean? Like, what is this thing? I get it with consoles. I fully understand.
See, I get it with consoles too, with my PlayStation wheel, my PlayStation flight stick, my Xbox controller.
Can I say that your flight stick, David, was absolutely not made for consoles?
And it's a PS3 stick.
Right. They put that switch in there.
Right. So my point is that you can do stuff on consoles if you really want to.
You can, absolutely. Now, when they went to USB and not those console-specific connectors anymore, everything was fair game, and that's great. And that's great. You know, I know a lot of guys with way better wheels than I have. Well, not better than mine. My wheel's awesome, but way better wheels that only use them on consoles. Okay, fantastic. You know, I have no issue with consoles in general. I just don't like the limitations of them. I know that I have now I'm going to be on my second Xbox controller because I broke it playing GTA. And unfortunately, a lot of the games that I play now only have
Xbox controller,
yeah, they don't have steering wheel support.
But see, the difference being the new game that's coming out in March, Pure Farming, how long will that last when you can't mod it?
No, see, that's good, yeah.
And you don't get that on a console.
Well, the thing is, now that you can use mods on a console, why wouldn't you...
But you can't use mods on a console, because if you don't like it, you're stuck with it. You can't edit it and tweak it.
Yeah, that's true.
Do it. Like, how many mods do you actually have that you don't touch or do something with?
Oh, God.
You tweak something in it.
Yeah.
And you can't do that on a console.
Well, that's got to be games in itself.
It's got to be coming, though. It's got to be coming. The consoles are they're gonna have to close the gap. The thing is that it's not the consoles closing the gap with the PCs. It's the PCs trying to close the gap with the consoles.
Yeah.
Consoles are the way forward. You know, with VR and everything else. And VR is crap. If you want more than 20 frames a second, you don't want to use VR. You're never going to get more than... You're never going to get sick. And I don't care what anybody says. And somebody will eventually come on and say, oh, BP, you're full of shit. No, trust me, I know. I've watched enough videos and I've done enough research.
Actually, because there's actually places set up near where I am where you can actually go and play VR on an PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
But I want to go down and see if they got a good setup, and go down and tell them I have a better setup at home. Why they charge me? I should charge people to come to mine.
You should charge people to come to your house and use your pod. Yeah, I would if I were you. Oh, $20 an hour, and then you get a good fry up at the end. You'd be set. You'd be rich. I don't know. I'm just old, and I just don't get it, and that's the bottom.
And I had no issue. I mean, I had consoles.
I have a console.
Well, I still have in the cupboard, but I mean, my first console was a Sega Mega Drive, 32-bit.
Well, my first console was an Atari 2600. Like that was it. That was the only one. That was the only thing you could play games on. You know what I mean? That was it. So yeah, I'm a console gamer from day one.
I mean, one of my kids asked me the other day, what did I do before the internet? Like,
talk to my friends.
Went outside. Yeah.
Went outside.
Hung out on the couch and played games.
Played with sticks and rocks.
Yeah.
I was. I mean, I had a 2600, and then I didn't have another console until I got out of the army, and that was the the Nintendo 64. And the only reason I got that was because it was on sale at a bundle at Walmart. Walmart had literally just opened in the town next to where I lived, and they were trying to get people in because everybody hated Walmart up here for some reason. And so they had a bundle, a Nintendo 64, Star Fox, the game, and a 14-inch color TV for $250. So I'm like,
wow. And you get when you think about it, you get a phone nearly that size now.
Yeah. Well, so I was like, you know what? I'm like, that might be fun to do when I get home from work at night, right? I'm like, it might be something to do because I wasn't dating or anything at that time. I was like, let's do that. So I bought it. Can I just tell you that Star Fox, to this day, aside from Wing Commander, I believe was the best space game ever made. I love that game. I played that game so much I broke the little tong thing that held the cartridge into the game. So that was fantastic. And then I didn't have another console until just a couple years ago when the Xbox One came out.
So the first console I ever actually played on, a home console from the console, that was a Space Invaders game, where you put batteries in the back and you sat down with the two little joysticks, and that's the only game I played, obviously.
Now, do we count
when I was working? Then that I actually brought my Sega, the Mega Drive, 32-bit.
Do we count all the little like Coleco football games and all those? Those aren't consoles. Those are like, because I had a bunch of those, like the Indianapolis 500 one and the football one.
With the kind of controls either side, thumb controls.
Yeah, they were just little dots on the screen. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but I had a bunch. But that's what you got for your home entertainment when we were growing up.
Those were the sort of Nintendo Switches of their time. I just like to be able to do more than one thing on my game. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you can stream on a console now. Yes, you can go on the internet on a console. You can do all the stuff but I don't know. I prefer a PC. That's just me. If I was 20 years old, would I get a console? Probably. If they were,
well,
they're going to catch up. They're going to be good. You're going to get.
Well, they won't say much though, because one of my kids, like they've actually gone because they were using their brother's computer. Now they're living on their own. They've gone back to console, Xbox One. because it works with your TV. It's cheaper.
Sure. Consoles are easy. They're easy. You know what I mean? You put it. You download the game. You play. Done. It's easy. You don't have to mess with it. You don't have to worry about. I've never had a console crash on me. You know what I mean? Because it decided it didn't like what I was doing or whatever. Run out of memory or anything like that. So.
Well, that's it. They work. You buy a game for it. You know it works.
Yep. I've never had a console crash. So, you know, there's pros and cons to all of them. All right. That's done now? That's done now. No, let's try actually going outside. Oh, and Peter's right behind me. Sorry, Peter, I just stopped right in front of you.
That's okay. I wait.
Just glad it wasn't Stu.
I don't have my view set up to be able to see out the mirror, so I didn't see you.
Stu would have just pushed him on.
Oh, probably turn that on. All right, do you want me to go up and do this other field up here, or?
Well, unless you want to change and do something else.
Nah, this is fine.
I go sell this one.
Yeah.
What gate do I want to go?
Follow Travis.
No, I don't want to go out that gate. It's too sharp of a turn.
Oh, you've rear steer and you'll be fine.
Right, which is why I'm saying, how much money that I get hooked on
It's a double gate. It'll be good.
A good combine driver could make it.
Shut up. Guess who's doing every bit of combining on this map forever from now on, then?
You.
Mr. Good Combine Driver.
Okay. I'll do whatever is required of me.
Wow, you are the massive kiss ass you are.
I know a job for you then. Go and pet all the animals.
All right.
Looks really healthy.
I gotta run upstairs for a minute though. So whoever's behind me, be aware I'm stopping.
Yeah, it's only me.
It's only.
Yeah, everybody else has gone off doing other things now.
No, I'm at the trial and ready to unload when the VP's full.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to give Stu a hand doing the ploughing because that's going to take forever. Oh, excuse me.
I can help out when I get back with this one.
Now the question is, do we need to make hay or just grass?
Grass. We have 5 grass bales only.
Is that all we have?
Yeah, because we don't have grass yet. So just grass, actually.
Okay.
We have more hay and grass.
We have loads of hay.
Yeah.
You made hay, Peter, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes, we have more hay. We have more hay and grass.
Yeah.
We need grass bales.
I thought we could just cut the grass as we need.
What are you doing, Armour?
Slurring. Coming with the rake soon today for you.
Yeah, because this needs raking.
I'm thinking a long time before me.
Or we could just pick up the grass and make silage out of it again.
But we need grass. We need grass.
But cows don't eat a whole lot of grass.
I put in grass bales today, so.
Kev, are you gonna cart for him?
I'll cart if you want. Or
okay. You can cart. I'll go grab a plow and I'll help Stu plow.
Yeah, so that's this thing's big enough for the plow.
So you'll just have to run the forage wagon in here because I started originally doing hay. I done 1 strip of hay and then it was like, no, I'll do grass and decide and see what we want afterwards. So
do we want to buy a baler? Or
we don't have enough to buy a baler.
Or you can go freehand if you want.
The round baler is 44, but you don't want that one.
No, you want to get a square one.
Okay.
It's because they're weenies. They can't handle round bales, Peter.
I have enough for round bales. Myself, BP, and Roy on grass.
I just like the challenge.
I'm kind of right there with you.
Although we need a bigger tractor, 170 for the square baler.
PG was helping with me and holding the straw bales.
Yeah, you'd need something like the Voltra or above.
Yeah.
Well, 140 for the... Oh no, that's the 185. Yeah.
Well, we definitely don't have money to buy another tractor. Unless we trade one in.
I can trade this fence for a Ultra.
It would be good to have one bigger tractor.
No, I'd say we're set up for a bigger tractor. But we can use the Fire Dragons for now, so we can just dump.
We can't trade one setter in for the bigger. We had 2 setters. What breaks there?
Yeah, I know.
I have the slurry in my tank as well.
Yep.
And we turned it to the same place as well.
We're putting this weight in storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Did the price go way down?
Yeah,
we sold so much of it.
Well, we'd never has been up.
It's the best price for weight.
Yeah, alright.
It'll come up.
That's good on Roy's, man. Roy's don't charge you for taking it off.
Are you done? You're done with this field, right, Armor?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
What field are you on? Same field as you.
Yeah, he's on 7.
Okay.
Wait.
You're doing the headland first, BP.
No,
yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm gonna get turned around the other way, so on the right side.
Yeah.
I just came because of the way I came in the field. I had the pipe on the wrong side, so yeah. I'm gonna go around once and then turn around and go back the other way.
Okay.
How
full am you?
45%. I should be all right.
Yeah. Well, we've no crop destruction, so.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Kev's carting for you now, by the way, if you didn't already know that.
Yeah, I figured it out when he asked me how full I was.
Okay.
Because a good combine driver would know that, right?
That's right. So, yeah. You are right.
What are you doing, Roy?
Looking for a forage wagon. That isn't being used.
There's one with me here.
With his there.
I'm coming back from the barn now.
From the barn?
Yeah, he already.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You can have this one, the tractor and everything if you like.
Yeah, you're passing field 14, aren't you, Peter?
Yeah.
Should we sell one of the setters? Because we have 2 of them.
You've got 2 different ones, Armor.
No.
We have 2 Hurleymans too.
Whoa. Pay attention to what you're doing here.
Yeah. Different ones, but...
And we have 2 New Hollands.
Yeah, but that's a big difference.
But they're different tractor. We brought one of every little tractor, Armor. There's 2 Zetters from under Zetter tractors.
The Zetters looks exactly the same, so...
Yeah, it's okay then.
But sure, there's no point in buying a T7 so because it looks like a T5.
Well, you gotta buy the right T7.
It's because Armor wants his big tractor.
Right, but my point is like a T7.
I want a New Holland is... Because as used to using it.
You want a tractor, Roy?
No, I'll just take this tractor. You can use that tractor for something else. Because that's the powerful one, isn't it?
Okay. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That'll come in more handy for other things. Thank you.
Drive on the right, Peter.
Yeah!
Drive in where you're faking,
The right side of life.
Oh! Peter's got it.
Alright.
That was a tree, Armor.
Yeah.
But by the way, where do you refill the water?
The river.
If you go up past the church in the village, Peter, there's a little lane down the side of it.
Yeah, I did it today, so you need to go all the way through village.
Be careful you don't put the
there's a good pickup point there that I discovered in right for the road down.
Field 13. Did you?
No, should village. Where is it? If you go
29. Field 29.
29. Okay.
There's an easier place right by the farm.
There is, but if you don't know that too well, right, it doesn't always go good.
Where are you going, Armour?
Field 4.
Field 4's on this side of the bridge.
Why do you follow me?
On this side of the river. Because I'm going to where the pickup point is for water. Are you bringing the water trailer, Peter?
Ah, damn it! Almost made it.
No, but I was about to refill water for the cows, but I didn't know where to refill.
Well, and where you can refill.
The third tree on the river from the bridge on the right hand side.
Yeah. Or fourth.
The third or fourth.
But the cows have water now, so I don't need
it. No, they're good for water. But there's actually, if you drive, there's a lane down the side of the church in the village.
Okay.
And you can drive into the water there, it's not too deep.
Okay. So the water is free,
yeah. Or if you do, is it the third or fourth tree along from the bridge, but you have to be careful you don't fall into the abyss that is the river.
Yeah.
The river
or you go up through one of the forestry areas, you go down to where the rivers all sort of combine together, and you get stuck like I used to.
Well, I didn't want to take any chances.
So the safest place is by the village.
Yeah. You coming back here on Sunday and the tractor is in the water, that wouldn't look too good.
They still be clean.
That's right.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry, we've lost a few vehicles down in the river the last time we were on the map. Get that big water trailer and put it on one of these little tractors, you'd lose it.
So, what needs to be done?
Wow.
Stu and I are plowing.
Oh yeah, you're going around that way now, aren't you?
Yeah, I set up pipes on the right side. You just got to pull them out.
We're plowing field 7.
Yeah, so
you're plowing that, so you probably start cultivating 7.
Either cultivate it or fertilize it again before we cultivate.
Well, whatever. But the fertilizer need a bit longer for us to get bigger buffer for them.
You need to fertilize field 8 again.
Okay.
Because that hasn't been seeded.
Yeah. I can take the liquid and...
Yeah.
Are you trying to pick up everything right now?
Yeah. 4 miles an hour.
I'm doing 13 kilometers.
I can't go any faster. That's my top speed. Oh, 5, never mind.
I cannot go any faster because it's heavy. This thing is heavy for this band.
No, back down to 4. Oh, now 3. Okay.
You're going up and down this.
You're still driving that Harleyman, right? You were?
Yeah.
You should try driving the other Harleyman when you're using it with the mix feeder or the food mixer. Because while it's mixing, you get 4 miles an hour out of it. And then as soon as it mixes and stops, then it takes off and does about 12.
Speaking of mix wagons, have you seen that mod that puts a time on them now?
Does the same as what MR does anyway.
We're going to be using that on Drummered, I think. I like that.
But it does
what do you mean puts a time on? How long it'll take to mix it?
You have to mix the stuff for it to be mixed rations, which is cool.
Oh, really? Instead of just throwing it all in and it's automatic. It's on the timer. Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
But in MR, it kind of mixes for that long anyway. It does go to mixed rations straight away, but it kind of does.
Have you looked? Most of the mods now on the mod hub is MR mods from the MR mods because you have the front loader link or the front console wheels are now. You can get a mod that just doesn't lock that when you turn.
Yeah. That's been around for a while, that one.
Yeah, but that was in MR from the beginning. And now it's a friendly mod.
It's, people want to use certain features of MR without actually using MR.
Yeah.
So, I just like that mix wagon deal because in real life you have to mix the stuff for X amount of time anyway. And since we don't use MR on Drummer, that's a good, that's a good combination. So
good night.
Want to throw that in your mod folders.
Love these downhill sections.
I'm going soon uphill again, Roy.
Yeah.
I wish we were done that last day, Roy. Yeah, it's fun one to come up from.
Yep. Okay, I'm full.
You're full.
Mm-hmm.
That went fast.
You know those little bags of stuff? Like, how hard would it be to... And it's something I've been thinking about for a long time. Would it be... Like, because obviously when you do mixed rations, you're not just adding silage and straw and hay.
No.
You're putting in millers and, supplements and stuff. Would it be hard to... It's not hard to add stuff, because obviously they got mixed wagons that take sugar beets and stuff. Like, there should be a way that we could put in other stuff besides, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but they did the mod. Was it? Yeah, 2 days yesterday. They did the mod. Pellets, beet pellets, are out for animals now.
Really?
Yeah.
As part of mixed ration, or just as an additional food type?
Part of mixed ration. Added in the mixed ration.
Okay.
Where's that? Where was that?
It
sounds like a mod hoster mod, but
no.
Facebook.
Facebook.
No. Okay.
Stay away from them. I've yet to download a mod off one of them. Supposedly everyone is screaming over and they're all just crap.
No, it's a big.
Is it a private mod?
No.
Okay.
I found it yesterday on the mod site.
Well, find it again and send me a link. I want to check it out.
I'm gonna, but it's a lot of stuff in it as well, because you have the pellets. We need a UPK.
Oh yeah, all right.
A lot of script mods.
Yeah. See, UPK and Fs17 not so much. Not so much, especially in a multiplayer. I'm good. Yeah. Damn it.
I can link it so you can have a look at it.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it, but I just don't like UPK in multiplayer.
Yeah, but and I don't find everything, because you can buy solid or liquid pellet. But what? So
where are we tipping the grass?
I suppose you want to hold on to it. Open one of the top sheds, I'd say probably right up at the top here.
Yeah. I'll just give
We don't have a baler. Did I not put the pipe out? No, I did. Okay.
Is that you levitating trees there, Peter?
What?
Is that you levitating trees in that picture?
That's the one tree of 15,000 that isn't on the floor. Or the one
he's using his awesome Peter skills to make it float in the air.
You know the thing, you know what I discovered about, like, the way you look at stuff in Giants Editor, it's not always instantly clear whether you've got stuff on the ground or not.
Well, would you believe that tree I walked past 3 times before I actually spotted that it was off the ground?
Yep.
I'd gone up the hill and down the hill and back up again, and it was on my second time going up the hill I spotted it was off the ground.
Because I've gone, I don't know, I've put in sheds and moved sheds in Old Ridge and stuff, and they look good. They look good in Giants Editor. You go in the game and the thing's 10 feet off the ground.
I'm telling you, you do it even with when I done my header trailer and you're moving bits and pieces around. Like, you go, yeah, that looks good, and then you go out and it's completely not where it's supposed to. Or you just turn your angle in the Giants Editor.
Yeah.
Miles off of what you're thinking.
That's Planet Coaster too. That one good thing about Planet Coaster is that it uses the same basic interface as Giants Editor. So I sort of had an idea.
just those angles. At times it looks good one way, but then you turn it around another way, and it's like
it's completely.
Or Blender is the same, but when you
Blender,
it's the same.
Blender's very much like that too, because they all use that same interface. No, that XYZ
it's working on the planes, yeah. So it looks good from one angle, but then you turn it around and it's completely different.
So, how much crust do we need? Because it's every 6 days, isn't it, on this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they need a whole lot.
23,700.
Hey Judson, how you doing? I'm good. How are you?
In fact, do we really? In fact, what we should do is just throw the grass into the silage, because we can feed them wheat or corn.
Yeah, I say go to fill up the silage bunker down in the BGA.
Yeah, so we've got one grass pile on the floor.
Yeah, I mean that's enough for 6 days. Like that's.
Yeah, and we can just feed them the wheat or corn afterwards, because we've got wheat in storage now, haven't we? So.
And grass is something that can be cut in a few minutes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So what day's going to be good for you guys to do drummer this week?
Yeah, we're good every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do it?
Kevin more so, I think.
Yeah, well, that's why I was asking, because I know Kevin's got his work schedule. So, can we do it on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday, okay for everybody? All right. And then next week we're gonna have a multiplayer test session on Old Ridge and see what works and what doesn't work. And I'm willing to bet that's going to take a couple days to get sorted out. So,
yeah, just remember to take course play and things.
Course play, yeah, I got to take course play. Well, that's okay. I got real people for course play now. So,
do you have UPK?
There is no UPK on Old Ridge anymore. I got rid of everything that was UPK. So,
that is good.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to mess with
But UPK in 15 got to, so they can use it in multiplayer.
Because the compost machine runs on the factory script, and then I don't have any orchards or anything anymore, so everything that was UPK is gone. UPK was giving me a struggle in single player, so I just got rid of it. Because my original compost machine was the UPK one, and then Andy did factory script version of it.
Yeah, because that's the same as the 17, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same one, yeah. Yep. So Tuesday we'll do drummer, and then maybe Wednesday afternoon, or if I'm around and I feel okay, we'll do a test session on Old Ridge, where it's just going to be a lot of can't join, can't do this, can't do that. You know what I mean? Until we get it all out.
Just stream that and just get a big
stream it. Yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute while I fix the issues.
Setting up Old Ridge for the first ever multiplayer.
And then toss Carson in the background to try to work out what's wrong.
That's exciting though, BP. I mean,
no,
it's been a long stretch.
It's exciting that that Old Ridge is gonna be multiplayer. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Can I just say this? While I embrace the idea of Old Ridge being multiplayer, and it's something I've wanted for a very long time, please everybody remember that Old Ridge is my house. It's my home. It's the thing. You know what I mean? So if occasionally I get like, no, we're gonna do it this way, that's the reason. It's just I've never. I took a fucking tranquilizer before we go live.
And the thing is, I probably know my way around Old Ridge better than the one I'm supposed to know my way around.
Right, yeah.
So, you work in Ireland.
And unfortunately, neither Mike nor Roy are going to know their way around it at all, and they work there every day, so it's going to be reversed. So.
Yeah.
Old Ridge, in the map itself, has not changed. Where everything is in Old Ridge is where it is.
The only things you've changed is you've made a few fields into multiple fields.
Yes, the home fields are different. Fields 5 and 6 are different. The roads are the same. The cell point is the cell points are the same. I've added one. I've added 2 sell points. That's it. Sheds are different from where you guys, if you like in the yard, it's a little different.
Yeah, but the yard is the yard, and your
yard
grain
is the yard.
Right. Is still your grain storage.
Yep. Well, no, not I don't have silos in.
Oh, you don't have
can you get that little strip that I didn't get?
Much the same. Straight across the road for your home fields.
Yep.
All your fields are in and around.
Old Ridge is, Old Ridge, but.
It's a while since I played it, but
Right, I like it. You started that row in 2 different ways, and you got halfway on both sides. To the same place. You stopped at the same place for both rows.
That's okay. Then that means that every row will be stopped at that point. Hopefully.
Yeah, the other one is shorter.
And then you just do all your half rows at the end. So.
Yeah.
But it's a bit funny. No, 1 row is gonna be earlier because it's 2 rows in one.
There's method behind my madness. The idea is I do the other ones the opposite way because it's downhill.
There's always madness behind my madness.
You're learning MR, right? I was watching a video. Actually, somebody was getting rid of MR because the tractor was doing 2 miles an hour up a hill, and all the comments were, "Well, you go across the field, you don't go uphill with a big seat." But they reckoned MR had broken the game.
Well, of course. Another case of people not reading the description of anything, all the work that that went into MR, and all the pages of documents, but nobody reads it. Oh, why does my tractor so slow?
I've seen some big YouTuber using it. Said, oh, that big YouTuber using it, I'll have to use it too. And
yeah, because it doesn't. You can't do it 100 miles an hour anymore with.
I gotta say, this field is mildly hilly, and this thing isn't having any issue. I've barely had any wheel slip with it. So.
Yeah, but in fairness,
do you want to cultivate, or do you want to seed? You've already seeded once, I think. Turkey. You just want to plow, okay.
Nah, what do you want there, sorry?
Just, do you want to seed this field, or do you want to cultivate?
Whatever.
Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. You'd already seeded one field, so I figured I'd ask.
I'm no boss, I'll do anything, right? So, you go here first.
Whoa. I was wondering what just happened here. I was like, I had a massive tank slapper.
I'll grab the cultivator. I'll start cultivating.
Well, the seeds are right there, so I'll just...
Silage clamp is full. It's not full, but it's got stuff in it. Already silage. So I've got to take it to the BGA.
BGA, yeah. Yeah, nice try, boy.
Yeah. We should drive up a big hill.
See if we get you to move stuff around, Jeff, right?
I don't mind driving to the BGA.
Actually, no, it's not a bad road because there's no hill. It's a fairly flat road, so there's no hills.
You know what you do? You do it Scuderia style, and you put a Silo King, one of those digesters, right in a farm.
That's the bit.
He does that on every one of his maps because that's the way he likes to play. He doesn't want to have to drive 5 miles to a BGA.
Yeah.
He'd rather just be able to sell it right from his. Now I never use it.
I'd be quite happy to have one silo, and then when you want to refill it, you just sell whatever you have left and.
Right. Where have you filled this fresh? By the way?
Up by the silos in the yard.
Right.
Stu, there should be a seeds, which is. Do you know what sign for seeds is?
There's a little pallet.
It's right as you're coming up into the
next to the big
yard on the right.
Yeah,
you can't. You can't miss it.
Will come up to it anyway, or your cover will open if you have it closed.
As soon as you go into the main farm.
It's right there on the road.
Yeah. Right, got it.
Now that we've all told you different places, it's over here. No, it's there. It's here.
Well, it is moved since the last time, right? Isn't it?
It isn't up against the Great Garage anymore.
No, it is. It's from the first time that we played on Newbie Farm. It moved.
Because it used to be over by the silos. Yeah.
Okay, before you all go off a tangent, what about fuel?
Around.
Straight in front of you, actually, to the just
the end of that
straight front to the right, just a little bit.
Oh, yep, see it.
That's definitely moved since we were here last.
Yep.
Right, and I have to go see what my dog's doing because I hear noises. Back a second.
Noises? And the dog is not good.
I don't know, they're like kids. There's no noises, it could be worse.
Yeah, see, now my dog's the exact opposite. Completely silent for hours, and then, oh! Jump out of the fucking chair.
My dog's just
have that bark. He got this yowly bark as he gets older. It's fucking annoying. I lost it on him this morning. He was barking at some people across the street going in and out of their driveway at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he was barking every 5 minutes, and I went upstairs and I fucking freaked on him. I'm like, shut the fuck up! And you're yelling at a dog, right? A dog. And he's looking at you going, what do you want me to do? It's not like I can say, hey, John, there's somebody across the street. I'm a dog. I bark, right? And these are the conversations I have, right? And I'm thinking, okay, so I just yelled at you, now I feel bad.
Well, my neighbour probably think I'm bonkers as shit, like, because I'm constantly on, I know what you want.
We're just having a whole conversation with him, and he's looking at me going, right, I'm a dog, I don't have a voice, I have to bark. Okay. And then he gives me this shit. Nobody yells at you when you bark, right? No. Yeah, that's a very good point. Then I give him a cookie, and, you know, we go to bed. No. Because he's never learned to differentiate between this yard and anywhere else on the planet.
Right.
So if he sees it, then it's in this yard, and he's going to bark. Okay. No, whatever. The thing is and I shouldn't say this out loud, but he's big, and he's probably scary to people who don't know him. But I don't know what kind of guard dog he'd be. I don't know. Connor Hawktor, hey, how you doing? I don't know. I honestly don't know. He's never been in a position where he's had to. He could be completely vicious and kill somebody. I don't know.
Nah, most big dogs are like that, though. Big and friendly, just scary them.
Like, you don't want him loping at you full speed because he's big. And, you know, oh shit, right? Which is probably just as good, you know? Because I would never want to put him in a position where he had to guard me. So, I don't know what he'd do. I know if I gave him cheese, he'll calm right the fuck down. But that's me. He's known me since, you know, the day after he was born. So, I don't know. I don't know how he would be. I don't want to put him in a position. He's old. He's not. That's not his job. His job is to be a dog.
Right, I may have made a wee slip up there, but it's no big deal. Just put oilseed radish down to start that.
Well, whoops. BP, you need to remember that then next time he's barking, because he's just being a dog.
Just being a dog. Oh, that doesn't stop me
over again, sure.
I think I got it, but I don't know. So if you get oilseed radish, sorry.
I'm good, Connor. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Newbie Farm 19. A very early preview version of the map you're going to be able to play on when Farm Sim 19 comes out in October. Can't wait.
Which is fast approaching.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's February, pretty much.
Yeah.
So. Is it I just want to read what I post on chat day today? Yeah. Everybody wants me to play along. Why am I saying bad words? Well, because it's my stream. That's why. Oh. I don't think there's such thing as a bad word. It's all just words. So, if you really wanted me to get into that topic, well, there you go. There's my answer.
A bad word as bad as the context that you use it.
Absolutely.
Sugar can be a swear word if you want to.
Absolutely. Now nobody says anything. Quiet.
Well, I can say things if you like, but most.
Well, you know, used to, yeah, that's fine.
Definitely need to keep an eye on that one.
Can I just say that?
Which one, Roy?
This film is a lot bigger than I thought it was. But this guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one.
All right, keep an eye on him. He hasn't done anything dumb yet, Bob.
No.
Well, that's your opinion, Connor, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. My opinion is that they're not. They're just words.
It's how you use them.
I talk the way I talk, and since it's my stream, you know what I mean? So. And if I offend you, well, you know, there's plenty of other people out there to watch, I guess. So.
Okay, if BP offends you, come watch my channel. You get really offended.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and I mean, I try. I don't try. I'm not I'm not overtly filthy all the time. But if I swear, and I don't worry about it because that's the way I talk in real life. So.
Yeah, BP's an angel compared to me.
Oh God.
Especially if you I'm angry.
I am
an angel, really, really. Yeah.
Okay. But now, so that I can offend everybody, to the north of England, Stu's Scottish, so swearing is part of the language of it. So
keeps them warm in winter.
Keeps them warm in the winter.
That's awesome.
That's perfect. I've never heard that one before. I can say that I'm half Scottish. My mother was born in Scotland, so. And you know what? My mother was actually my mother was a very classy lady. Okay? But man, when she got mad, whoo.
Sorry, David.
That's all right. I bet you was
get a mouth on her. I learned how to swear from my mother, to be honest.
I was okay.
Like my old man wasn't much of a swearer, wasn't much of a talker. But my old lady, when she got mad, she would say some shit to me, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's what that word means." Okay. Or she'd yell at me in Gaelic, and I never understood it. Oh, and I never understood what she was saying. That's when I knew I really annoyed her because she just slipped back into Scottish, and I'd be like, "Mom, I don't know what you're saying. Don't worry about it." Okay. I know I was about to catch an ass beating about 2 minutes before that started because I'd done something particularly wrong. Do you see? I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not getting into that conversation.
I said, "How do you drive into the river?"
You needed what?
I was distracted there.
Distracted by chat. Mission accomplished, apparently, eh? Oh. And just so you know, Connor, I'm 50 years old, so, I'm pretty set in my ways. I'll say what I want. I'm not 20, I'm not 15, so. Although I doubt anybody would ever confuse me for being younger than I am.
Oh, I don't know, I still get ID'd sometimes.
You look young, though, which is okay. Well, you know what's funny? Speaking of getting ID'd, you get it up here, too, because everybody's so anal about, kids buying cigarettes and stuff. I actually, Walmart's got this thing now, if you look, it used to be if you looked under 25, now if you look, then it went to 35, now it's everybody. Everybody's got to show ID when
you look like you're under 100.
So I what did I bought a lighter, because obviously I don't buy cigarettes or tobacco at Walmart, it's too expensive, but I bought a lighter because I needed one, I just happened to, and they asked me for an ID, and I'm like, okay. Oh. Well, see, there's another thing. Now, oh, wow, so it's that day today. Okay. I'll address this one. I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. Again, why? Because it's my stream. So, where's MrMoonDog? MrMoonDog's the nice one, right?
Sure.
Yes, I smoke. I smoke cigarettes. I do. Because, again, it's my life. So
you smoke whatever you want when you're an adult. It's a great thing.
Yeah. Well, there are still things that are still things that are illegal, but
Well, it depends on what part of the world you're.
Right. Being not Dutch, just saying.
That's becoming increasingly in different parts of the world.
Why don't I do this? Why don't I go on people's streams and ask?
Actually, I think there's a few parts of America that has the laws to do that.
It's legal in a lot of places to have it. It's still illegal to be high in America.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, this is not illegal to have fun in any democracy.
All right, nope, no, not doing that. We're definitely not having that conversation. No. Because then I'm going to get all political, and then I'm going to go to jail. Yeah, I'm good, so.
That's why people watch them never know what we're going to say.
Well, that's a good thing about me, is you never know what I'm going to say. Like, I'll get bored and just all of a sudden be like, oh, you know what, let's talk about that for a minute. But, yeah, I'm not talking about politics. Politics and religion, two things I don't get into. Unless I really can't be bothered with either one. So.
I think this one's a wee bit wider than what you've got, so I'm just catching up to you slowly.
This is another case of this field being bigger than it looks.
Oh, this field is big.
Which one's that there? Field 10.
Field 10, is it? Yeah.
It's because of the length of it, like, you didn't
These used to be 2 fields, yeah. These used to be, yeah, okay, I get it. That's. Well, I thought that earlier, 18, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, we got 18 grass bales off this one we were testing, and that was just default.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Grass.
No fertilization or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it earlier. I was like, didn't this used to be 2 fields? But then I didn't want to look like an idiot and look like I don't pay attention to when Roy changes the map. So
that's one of the changes. Is this field is now 1 field.
Yeah, didn't it used to be 8 and 9?
10 and 11.
10 and 11.
I know I cut a lot of grass on these fields on the other version.
Sorry, Roy. I do sometimes pay attention.
This is one. Well, the first half of this was the one that you had fun with that setter and the plow with MR in the wet.
No, that was down the other end. That was down 21 or whatever.
No, it was this one down by the sheep, the bottom of the sheep, the start of kind of the farm end of this field.
No, but didn't I not plow the? I plowed the one. I was trying to plow 21, and I couldn't because it was raining.
But you were trying to plow this one as well, I think. And MR wouldn't, because that's only a tiny tractor you could stare to.
Yeah, probably
handle the plow, or couldn't. It was struggling with it.
Yeah. No traction.
Yeah.
Fields were wet. Seasons and MR. So I had,
that's right, yeah, it was Seasons and MR, yeah.
Everything working against me. I like the sound those the hell are those tractors, those friggin' South American ones? I like the sound in it.
Oh, the Staras.
Stara, that was the word I was looking for. It's too bad. That expansion, there's so much cool stuff in it, except for the sugarcane, which was the star of the show.
Well, the sugarcane is cool, it's just...
It's cool to do once.
Too tedious.
It's cool to do once.
Yeah,
well,
like...
probably so bad that didn't regrow.
Well, I think the fact they regrow is handy in that you don't have to spend all that time seeding them again.
Yeah, but if you want to keep doing it, yes. But by the time you finish harvesting one field, the bit has already grown behind you.
Unless you do it in seasons, and it takes 1.5 years for the stuff to grow.
Yeah, well, that's the only handy thing about seasons being that long is at least you got time to stuff to get shit out of the field.
Well, sugarcane, like everything, it's just a grass. It's just a big grass, so it would grow back, But
yeah, but it's still annoying perspective for the time scale.
What is it? How many? It only grows back 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I couldn't on Estancia when I was doing Estancia La Pacha. As soon as this field's done, I'm plowing it up. I don't want this to grow back. I'm not doing it. Which then ruins the whole point of playing on the map. So then you try to do real life like Venezuela or Paraguay or whatever. What do you grow down there? Well, you got 2 options. One, not so much. The other one, corn. Okay. Well, now you just turn South America into Nebraska. So
yeah.
What's the point of playing on it? And it's too bad because it's a really pretty map. The village is awesome. Village. That's not a village. That's a city. They spent a lot of time on that. And then they give you a damn dolly trailer, and the first place you sell stuff is the bakery where you got to back in.
I'm surprised Roy hasn't given you a dolly map on this one.
I have bale trailer. It's a dolly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but you need to have a sell point where the only way you can get to it is to back in.
Well, see, you can drive through the bale.
Back in the dolly trailer.
Charlton, how are we changing it?
Well, we're encouraging him to change things.
Actually, back in the dolly trailer on this map, at that barn would be quite difficult.
Would be. And especially with MR, the way it changes the drawbar physics, it's a different deal trying to back up a dolly with these because the wheels now actually have friction. Yeah, it changes the drawbar physics and it changes the wheel friction. So
for the Olympics next...
Oh, we're going to use MR.
Yep, got to use MR.
Yeah, we're going to use it. We're going to use whatever
have fields with the 45-degree slope
angles on it.
Start off, get one that steadily gets steeper, like the hill climbing courses you get, and see who can get up the furthest.
So you can play a straight line up a hill.
I slipped pretty good coming around this corner. This is the steep bit of the field. No.
That'd be nice though if you have a pursuit curve style one where you just
crabbing up the hill.
Just goes up to never gets to 90 degrees.
Well, think about trying to draw like that hill that we made on the Roy made on the map, right? Trying to draw logs up there with MR. You'd need a quad track. Basically, that's the only thing that would maybe have enough power to get up there. So I don't know if MR, while it would be fun and it's a cool idea to explore, I don't know if it's probably the way we would go. I don't know. I just know it needs to be quicker this time around.
Well, just don't do so much logging then. Make smaller trees and just do one tree.
I think the logging is kind of too long.
Yeah.
Well, considering the plowing took an hour, the bale stacking took 2.5 hours, and then the logging took 3 and some odd hours.
It wouldn't take so long if you didn't have all the stages in it. Like if you just let people go to the sell point soon to finish, then that would be then. And don't have a fucking annoying hill this time.
Yeah, but the hill was the skill.
The hill was the part of it.
That was the thing that because originally we didn't have that hill, and then we just said no, we need to make this harder.
So what we should do next year is just do the bale stacking, but have to drive around the race course. and then
with the bales,
and then with whatever we have left, then we force it into the shed.
Yeah, but that race course we'd have to make a smaller map. I don't know. These are things we're gonna have to think of. I'd like to, if we could pare that down to 2.5 hours, I'd be thrilled. Which means getting rid of logging. Unfortunately, there's not enough skill stuff to.
But with logging, the reason they took a lot longer was also because of having to wait to clear the logs.
Yeah. Well, we need somewhere where the logs can just be dumped and gone. We need to put a sell point down.
Yeah, separate sell points.
A very small sell point in the middle that only so the log has to be completely in.
Yeah.
Just make a ditch, and that way there's no lifting the track, the tipper, the logging trailer over the bars to empty, because you lose your trailer then. You have to actually empty.
And maybe we cut it down to 1 tree, because yes, while we wanted those things full, so that a tree is a tree. I mean, there's not really any way we can.
Yeah, but a small tree takes less time to cut up and put in the trailer.
We got an old tree instead of and stick that on the trailer.
With all the branches.
Oh goody.
That'll take longer than that. 6 hours.
The reason we wanted a full trailer anyway was so that there was a chance of you losing nobody got up over that without losing. Nobody. So I like that format. I like that idea. I think that's really cool. If we cut it down to 1 tree, leave that hill the same way it is, you'll still lose them. Nobody's going to score it. Nobody's going to clean that. You know what I mean? So we just cut it down to 1 tree. Or we do it this way. We do all the work. We go in, cut the trees down into logs. All you got to do is put them on the trailer. That cuts an hour off the time right there. It just adds an hour for our time to set it up.
We'd always have the barn on the other side of that hill, and you have to take the bales over there without fastening down. Watch all the bales explode.
That sounds more fun. Somehow.
Yeah, you'll never get that. That would be.
Yeah, that'd be disaster.
Hey, Farmer at 75, good old newbie farm. Well, yeah, you know what though? The thing about newbie farm, this is a different version of newbie farm again. So, newbie farm 19.
No, I was just thinking if it's just to get the blocks bouncing to get off the trailer. You don't need a big hill. You just need a lot of small bumps on the road.
We had that on the other side of the hill. No, see, but didn't we try all of those different permutations? We tried it with just a bumpy track, and we said, well, that's too easy. And then we tried it with a smaller hill, and that
had to be a full trailer, otherwise they'd bounce out of the thing.
Yeah.
But if it was only a half a trailer, they don't bounce out of the trailer.
And getting it over the other side of the hill and then down is challenging itself.
Right, because the trailer wants to kick out and pass you going down the hill.
Yeah, see, that with MR would be fun, but don't do it.
I mean, we could do it with MR. It's just going to require that hill be a lot smaller. We can make it bumpier. But then But see, then you got a balance of the physics where they get unrealistic because they're bouncing around so much. And if every single person who tries that flips over, well,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you wouldn't need to go up the hill then. All you need is flat towards the top of the hill and go straight down into bumpy roads.
Right.
So you can't control it. You're bouncing as you go over. You'll have to like really control yourself going down that hill to stop yourself hitting the bumps at high speed, cause the logs to fly everywhere. So you wouldn't need to go up it in the first place.
We'll have to test it. I think I like the idea of cutting the logs ahead of time.
Yeah.
It'll just mean somebody will just have to put in some work ahead of time. That'll cut a lot of time off. Plowing is definitely going to stay. That's got to be a thing. Baling. Yep. Well, loading bales. Yeah.
And
that's
here's the thing, BP. If you cut the logs down to a size you can pick up by hand, so they've got the choice, and it will still go a lot quicker.
Yeah, but that's going to be to cut them small enough to pick them up by because we use game extension.
Put them into the brand. Put them into the. Well, if you cut them to log sizes in meter lengths, and then put them in the brand trailer instead of the.
The bottom of the trunk has a thicker trunk, so it needs to be a smaller bit there to let you pick it up.
They'll never come out of the Brantner though.
That's a word. Do you have a lot of them in there down a hill and off bumpy ground out from outside?
Okay.
We go back to the hill house because I was.
But then that's still had a challenge though. If you leave the bottom of it the same length as the top, that way you can't pick up. So you still got 1 or 2 you have to pick up by the trailer, and the rest you pick up by hand.
So what? Instead of using an actual logging trailer, we'd just be cutting them up, throwing them into a tipper.
Tipper, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm okay with that too. You know, I'm okay with whatever makes it hard, fun, and not take 7 hours.
Mm-hmm. So, because if you try putting a tree into a Brantner trailer, I've never tried it, but if you try putting them in like meter or half meter lengths, the trailer wouldn't be long filling up, and then they're all standing on end or.
Yeah, they're in weird
on top of each other, so then the slightest sideways and they'll fall out.
Okay.
And what about the cover? Does the cover stop them from coming out?
There is no cover on the Brantner.
The Brantner doesn't have a cover. So even if it did, you just don't use the cover. You use the cover, you disqualify.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brantner doesn't have a cover. It's the little one you start off with.
And the good thing about doing it that way that I just sort of thought of is that we won't have to worry so much about how they're put on the trailer.
Yeah, and
like that took a lot of time to just get it all on the trailer right. You know what I mean?
In the trailer, drive off to either on or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say BP, if you have two people judging, then one person watching them loading it, and another person watching them just drive it down to the sell point. That way, you don't have to have everybody waiting for the rest of them to catch up at the starting lane of the track. So
my only issue with
loading, you go straight to the starting lane, and the next judge takes over and watches you drive it down to the sell point. That way, we'll save a bit of time that way.
Yeah, you know the thing about multiple judges, and we talked about that a bunch too, is that then it takes somebody who doesn't get to do it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
But Stu's makes it valid because about like with judges, you want the same judge judging the same thing. So if somebody is judging one part for everyone, and somebody else is judging another part for everyone.
But I don't think it's what my sort of ethical concern is, and I know that nobody's going to screw anybody because it's all for fun. But I just don't ever want the appearance of somebody saying, well, it's not fair that you get to be a judge and a contestant. That's why I didn't do anything last year. I just wanted to judge it.
Well, people are judging just don't be contestants.
Yeah, but that takes it away from you guys.
Away from it. Just have two people who doesn't compete, and they'll just be.
Or that judge just doesn't compete in that particular one that they're judging.
Mm-hmm.
But they can judge in the others.
But they won't get any points.
This is such a classic monkey show thing. we will word the shit out of this for 2 months, and then we'll finally get it all worked out, and then.
Don't do it.
And by that point, I will have forgotten all about it again. Oh.
No, we're not going to do it because.
No, we're going to do it. We're definitely going to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't know when.
But when the judges.
You click to them little bits, BP, or.
Nah, fuck it. They can. Hopefully wait over this. Been busy designing a 10-room B&B and 32-bed hostel complex for Northern Idaho. Wow, good for you. I can see how you wouldn't have much time for farm sim with that. I've been doing none of that, so clearly. I spent a bit of time in Idaho, though. Virtually in X-Plane. Yesterday, actually quite a bit of time, flying in and out of these little gravel beds and dirt strips and backyards and everything. Oh, discovered a real love for bush flying. So, actually, this does not go up there, does it? Is that everything that needs to be? Yeah, well, it's everything I'm going to harvest.
Yep. Well, that's all we have. We have these 3 fields.
Yeah, so there's still grass in field 4 that needs picking up with the forage wagon.
Nice brothers.
Which wagon?
We've only got 2, or I'm using 1. Roy is using 1.
Alright.
I can't go any faster. My tractor starts going all over the place.
It's alright. That's why I let you get ahead of it.
You should try 4-wheel steering, Travis. That's even more fun with the car.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Well, I'm using GPS, and it's... MR is making it go back and forth if I go too fast.
Okay. Find an empty bay in a shed.
You notice that I'll make sure I get the end of the field there, I'll just ram the bed.
Yeah. Just gotta... You're testing to make sure it's all...
Yeah, I'll make sure Roy's got the hedge done right, so...
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a BP.
Somebody tracking eggs again.
It's me. I've been doing that.
Look at those combine driving skills going on over there.
You like that? Yeah.
That is nice.
Good thing I'm a good combine driver, huh?
That's right.
All right.
You got to be serious here.
I'm tired of Travis telling me I'm shit at driving a combine, so I thought I'd show him.
I never said you were shit.
Yes,
I just said if you were a good combine driver, you could make that corner.
If you're a good electrician, you come and make this fucking light turn off during the day. Yeah. All right, so what's next?
I'm compacting the silo.
No, field 7 will need fertilised again since I've finished seeding
and
it.
10 and 11 needs plowing, I suppose.
Where's my tractor? Where's my yellow Linder?
I'm doing straw with it.
Well, not for long, you're not. I'll plow, but I want to use my tractor. Well, finish up your straw, and then I'll. Because I don't want to plow.
I'll be doing. If you bring a tractor down here, I'll swap it.
There's actually one sitting over here, BP, where you parked the harvester.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. I can't see your.
As I said numerous times, the tractor's a tractor. I'm not too worried about which one it is.
Oh, there's Peter with fertilizer.
We don't have a workshop.
Yeah, in the shed, in that big long grey shed.
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Yeah. If you drive in,
citizen speeding ticket for him.
Oh,
just mind the hole.
Are you working? Yes, that's all.
I'm late
everywhere.
Very important date.
I just sold off the eggs at the bakery.
Alright, you make us loads of money.
Yeah.
Well, we're at 60 grand now, so you must have sold off quite a few of them.
Yeah, we're nearly doubled what we started out with.
We're actually making money. Oh my god, is this multi-show?
It won't last long.
They won't have to buy a big 180 horsepower tractor for that baler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, how much of a loan do we have? 70,000?
75. You can probably nearly pay that off.
Yeah, pay off 50,000.
I'm thinking maybe pay off half of it.
Well, 40, 50,000, aye, that'll pay that off piece now. Leave ourselves some money, and then...
Yeah.
Okay, what am I not in this?
Normal tires. Oh, I'd say maybe this might not be in it. But...
Where's the...
You got the 120 man in the bar on this side.
There, try it now.
I was just trying to get in and I couldn't figure out why.
Yeah, try going into the icon now.
Where's the yellow little strippy thing? There it is. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it took the weight off. That's fine. I'll use this to plow with. I just wanted to...
No, you're gone. The yellow, your one is just outside the door there.
You want to take your weight?
Yeah.
You could have this one, BP, if you like.
No, it's fine. I was only giving him shit about that.
Just outside the door there. I don't like the four-wheel steering.
I'm going to upgrade the hurler, so at least it's a bit easier to do this grass.
You're going to do which to it?
Upgrade the engine on it.
Alright. See, somebody spotted me of money. There'll be no money left in a minute.
You've opened the door now. Now you've opened it.
I asked for a reminder. I didn't.
Nope.
And I did do it.
It's Roy's map. It'd be like me doing it.
His server.
His server, absolutely.
The boss is quiet.
The boss is quiet.
You're the boss.
Maybe my name, but it's his money, so he can do whatever he wants with it. Although I wouldn't hate a shorter rotator plow as opposed to these fixed ones.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
We don't have enough horsepower for the other plows, especially with MR.
The little 6-bottom.
Yeah, they take on.
It's bad enough to fuel date with those plows.
Because these have the crop wheel, that's why.
Yeah, they need 120 horsepower for the other ones.
Where am I going?
Straight across. Well, down a bit.
Down where you park the combines on the plows.
No, he has the plow. It's basically straight across.
Sorry. I'm 30 minutes or 30 seconds behind or so.
So literally the field I just finished.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, stop that.
You get used to do 53 kilometers instead of 40 kilometers.
No. Damn it, I hit the wrong button. Now I've got to shut it off. Jump out.
Whoa!
Jump back in.
Well, I couldn't go over for any further armor. I chipped the tree.
You had a lot of space between us.
The Hurleyman's fully upgraded, 127 miles an hour.
127 miles an hour, good on you, right? That's even faster than the one they released. I tried crazy speeds.
Yeah, I don't know how plowing with rear steer is going to...
127, you know, horsepower. Yeah,
that makes more sense, right?
It's late.
Well, it's only 9:15.
Yeah, but when you've been playing stationaries for...
What, you're not going to be up till 5 in the morning playing stationaries anyway? Of course.
No, definitely not. I got a lot to do tomorrow.
So do we have a server for stationaries, or?
Oh god, no. Yeah. Why don't you buy one?
It's
every game that has server.
Well, I just didn't know.
Has server.
You can kind of host it, I think. Is it right?
Yeah, you can.
But
there's dedicated servers are okay, but they've stated that their focus is single player at the moment, so it's more stable hosting it as opposed to renting a server.
Gotcha. I just didn't know if you guys were playing on a server or just doing single play or what.
I'm just a single player now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm working at all this.
I mean, it's kind of what it appeared to be, but.
Like, it's fun trying to work out how all this stuff works as well.
Yeah.
Suddenly just realised I need nitrogen for propellant, so I've been blasting all my nitrogen so far off into space.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that, wow, is this boring? And then I realized, you know, you got about 500 acres of Old Ridge to plow yet. So plowing should not be boring to you. Actually, I should say Roy and Mike and David have about 500 acres of
plowing GPS, fine.
Yeah, there's local.
Good luck with that on Old Ridge.
Oh, I have no problem getting GPS to work. Any shit.
Manual. It's more. It's easier manually.
No. GPS setup, right?
Even Hired Worker doesn't work well on Old Ridge because of the multi-train angle.
I have a GPS, there's no problem.
Yeah, straight line is a straight line. Right? Oh. I've done a
straight line doesn't have to be the edge of the field. A straight line is just a straight line, and then you tidy up the bits.
I've done a bit of hand plowing on Old Ridge.
But you have to remember, I'm with GPS like you're with cars, but I do everything GPS.
So BP, go around the field.
Right, that's what I'm gonna do.
You have 3 people on this field now plowing.
Okay, so you got a bunch. Okay.
I said, as soon as I finish this field, I'm going to jump.
Yeah, the chances of me finishing this field are slim.
Yeah, we're 3 people now, so.
Yeah, so 3 plows is about half the width of the harvester.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's slipping a little bit coming up the hill.
And you have a front weight. I have a front loader.
This thing wouldn't even.
Well, I think with them, or possibly with the front weight, you'll slip anyway because you have too much weight on the front.
I probably have too much weight on the front for this plow, considering it's a. Yeah. It's got a road wheel on it.
So you'll slip because your wheels are in the air.
Almost leg spot there.
Yeah,
I haven't had any. It's even when you guys bought stuff, I didn't have any this time. It's been really stable.
I have a few.
The only time I've had one is autosave.
Oh, autosave. Yeah, I had a little tiny stutter for autosave, but it's been pretty good. Been pretty solid. So. I tell you what, probably. How well do you suppose the servers are going to hold up the first day of 19 coming out, and we're all everybody in the world's trying to play multiplayer at the same time? It'll be fun. Hence why I'm going to ask Giants for an early copy. They're not going to give it to me, but anyway. How do you word that? How do you word that email? To whom it may concern.
Give me a fucking copy.
Give me. I have been your most loyal supporter for 5 years.
Really like your Farm Sim Olympics that you didn't help me with my one.
Yeah, that'd get me a free copy of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
You owe me a free copy, so you're ripping me off.
Thanks for stealing my idea and not getting involved in it in any way, and then making your own watered down, half-assed version of it. See, everybody, I'm not quite the Giants fanboy everybody thinks I am. I'll call them on it when I think they're wrong. They straight up stole our idea. Now, okay, so they have their little clause in their thing that says they can do that because it's their game. Sure, of course they can. But they could have at least gotten involved in ours.
Well, 19 is going to be all the mods that people like anyway. Same as the others have been, so.
Sure.
And stated, inspired by.
Inspired by.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, any mod I've ever done has always been credited Giants first, because it's their stuff.
Yeah, maybe
like, I have no problem with
crediting Giants.
Giants, you know, doing the farm sim skill thing. I have no issue with that. I think it's great. And theirs was obviously far slicker than ours because it was one event, you know. But damn, you could have at least said, "Hey, you know, we saw this guy do, or these guys do it," and you know, no. But Giants doesn't do that. That's not the way Giants is. So whatever. So probably pissing them off right off the bat is not going to get me a copy of.
But here's the thing: they did it as well on ECS.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they've got their, you know, they're going to shows and they're going to big things and they get to show off something, and that's fine. But it just annoyed me a little bit. I thought it was
available.
Funny when I saw it.
We have 3,000 free plus are using.
Has anybody even tried? Did anybody even try that map?
No,
I didn't. I just didn't on principle. But
I saw the advertisement of it, and it was like, yeah, no, fuck off.
What would be hilarious is if we used it for our farm sim Olympics this time around.
Redo it.
Right. I just spent about 1,000 getting the seeds refilled for you. Shouldn't be an issue. You'll get money back when you pop.
Stop that.
Seeds and fertilizer.
Going to be the big outlays now.
Did we buy something else, or did you pay back the loan, Travis?
I didn't do anything. I think they're just buying seeds and fertilizer.
Oh, we lost
I only spent about 1,000, so there's about 9,000 years missing.
It's down, dropped nearly $9,000.
We upgraded the hurleyman.
Yeah, upgraded the hurleyman. And
okay.
The day for it to be upgraded.
Yeah.
Can I say that I thought that plowing with this rear steer was going to be difficult. It's a little wandery when it gets slippy, but it's not near as bad as I thought it was.
What you want is crab steer, I suppose.
Yeah, but for plowing?
Well, if you're sliding down the hill, then possibly, yeah.
I'm jumping off then.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do a couple more rows.
Because you have a pivot on the plow.
Sorry, just say 3 points.
Yeah.
Oh, well, doesn't matter.
So if you crab steer, as long as you're going in a straight line, plow will follow you.
Right.
Straight. Whereas with the rear steer, it kicks it out and then straightens it up again.
Yeah, like when I start to slide, like right here, I'm sliding a little bit. So I'm having to kind of turn into the slide to keep the plow straight. It's a good thing I'm a good plow driver. I didn't plow anything for the longest time, and then when I got into it, I enjoy it. I still enjoy plowing. It's relaxing. But I still much prefer to watch, Terry or Phil do it, or now Mike and Roy do it.
Perry is doing it behind you.
Do something else. Yeah. Well, so you guys were we did it all last fall, so you guys are spared now. You don't have to do it again this year.
BP, are you going slow on purpose, or?
I'm going the speed you would go pulling a plow.
So on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing don't like this plow.
What one have you got then? Are you have the little? Is that the little one?
No, it's the 120.
Oh, that's actually the bigger one, so.
Yeah, I swapped it out for the bigger one. But it still doesn't like this plow.
I don't know why, because the
hurleyman. There should have plenty of things like.
I used the hurleyman with it.
Four-wheel drive, you are.
No.
Yeah,
that's why.
I'll put in four-wheel drive or diff locks, back diffs.
I am the way, or I am the way, BP. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I got a backup anyways.
But you don't have that much rear steering on that thing.
No, it's not. It's not a full lock, but it's not bad.
It's kind of funny. Peter's got the biggest tractor on the farm on the little bitty fertilizer.
I told you can have this one if you like.
Peter's doing loads of work. He gets the comfy tractor.
He is. That's very true. Yeah, he can have the.
I'm just staying in it because no one else.
Peter's here when nobody else is here, so yeah.
He gets free reign.
So, what does holding
just
shift?
Tell me, guys.
Does holding shift 3 do? It changes between different icons.
Shift 3 or changes, or you have match speed is the 2 arrows. Max speed is when your speedo comes up.
Yeah.
So you have 100% means you stop when you're 100%.
Okay.
0% means you stop when you're 0%.
Yeah.
2 arrows is synchronized with the person beside you for speed.
Yeah.
Speedo is your max speed, so if you have it set at... Do you know the way you can set your speed at, say, 20 miles an hour?
Mm-hmm.
If you press the accelerator, you won't go any faster than 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Even though your vehicle can do 50 or whatever, you'll flat out 20.
So it's like cruise control, but without having to...
It's a speed limiter.
Yeah, you can use cruise control, but so you can have your foot to the floor, but you'll only do whatever max speed you have it set at.
Yeah, so it's like
that's all
drive
drive control.
Only.
Froy's like, I'm so glad I asked that question.
No, I just learned something new. I didn't.
No, it's handy. Like the 100 and 0 are brilliant for if you're doing, like, say you're doing fertilizer or slurry or whatever. You put it at 0, and the tractor automatically stops when you get to 0.
Yeah.
If you're baling and you set it at 100, it'll automatically stop.
Well, I was just thinking the double arrow thing. That's pretty cool because
you didn't know about that. The speed match. It doesn't work all that well, though. I'll be honest.
It works better in single player. In multiplayer, I think because of the lag and that. In single player, it works perfectly if you're like if you have a hired helper cutting corn and you go beside and hit that, you'll sit there with it.
Because my 3 mile an hour wasn't the same as BP's 3 mile an hour harvesting, which is fine, but
the only thing with it is, I find, especially if you're driving alongside a harvester, is going on the inner or outside of a circle makes an awful difference, even though you're doing the same speed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you're not as big.
Like
as
you need to be doing 3.5 miles an hour around the outside, 3 miles on the inside.
Right.
And it doesn't adjust for that, but on a straight run, it's perfect.
The speed limit is perfect in multiplayer because then you adjust it fast, up and down.
No, see, I liked in 15 when you had the clutch settings, which is basically what that speed limiter is. You could set your clutch to be 30% or whatever, so you would never go faster than whatever. You know what I mean? That was a little finer control. Now I hardly ever used it. I used it in telehandlers.
Yeah, but with the way it is set up now, you can have it so that you max out at whatever speed you want, from 1 mile an hour to your max speed of your tractor.
Right.
So for driving beside somebody, if you set it at 6 because they're driving at 6, you won't go any faster than that.
Kevin.
Wow.
It's just funny watching you run up on armor and stop, run up on armor and stop, run up. It's a different perspective, sorry.
Using the same speed as BP doing stuff. Edge.
Why'd you stop? That's half the fun, just keep going. As you found out earlier, Travis.
Yeah. Game just crashed, what the heck? No. Getting kind of low on fuel there, aren't you, BP?
Yeah, a little bit. It'll be alright.
Yeah, that tractor has a fair amount of hours on it.
You can hear when she crests that hill and comes off the slip. And it goes because it's digging in now.
I can see that your tractor is my speed stronger than your tractor because I'm going faster up the hill.
Yeah, this one doesn't have a lot of grunt.
Yeah, that's only just over. It's at 102 or something.
102. Yeah. Yeah, she wouldn't pull this plow without this if it didn't have the road wheel on it.
So I think the other plow needs 120 or something. And with MR, that's going to definitely kill it going up hills.
Hmm.
This is going fast now. When 3 people are plowing together.
Well, it's going to go a little slower in a minute because when I get to the end of this one, I'm done. So, back's starting to hurt again. Oh, not my back, my fucking kidneys. I found myself like you find yourself leaning and twisting in different directions to try to find a place where it doesn't hurt. And then your muscles in your back start to hurt.
So,
alright. That's that.
Looking at, when you're using, like me, head tracker, you tilting your head now to get straight with the field.
With the field, right? Yeah, I do that. You know, it's funny. I do that all the time. Obviously, my view isn't changing when I turn my head, but I still do it. Oh, somebody pointed that out to me. They were watching me play a game, and they're like, "What are you tilting your head for?" I didn't even realize I was doing it.
And when you're sitting there with your Xbox controller, do you lean
tilt the X controller? No, I don't do that because I think that comes from the steering wheel discipline of always holding the steering wheel. So I don't do that, but I do tilt my head. Like I'm tilting my head right now because I'm on the slope of this hill. It's just a habit. Now, see this tractor. The mirrors with the FOV that I run. The mirrors are set up perfect. Actually,
yeah, that tractor is nice actually on the inside.
I know how to pick them.
This is amazing.
Well, you're a damn good tractor driver, there, BP.
Which is amazing. All these little tractors that are there, and you would miss most of them because you don't ever use them because they're so small.
Yeah. Like it's one thing to go to the to go straight to the big stuff, but I tend to go the other way, go to the middle, like the middle stuff.
Whereas I prefer all these little ones. Mind you, I haven't driven half of that Lintner. I think I tried once. Don't like it with the steering.
Yeah, I never used this tractor until I bought it here. I like it.
Did it have that in 15 or in 13?
I don't think it had it in 15. No, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever used it in either.
Which grass field did you said there was grass in, Roy? Was it
4?
Alright, 4, not 14, okay.
Alright, so anyway, thanks everybody. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, for hanging out. Hope you had fun. Thanks for the stimulating conversations that you guys always start with us on chat. Or start with me and then I drag everybody else in. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to the Monkey Show as always, Travis, Farmer Dad, Cavalier Roy especially for making this fantastic map that you guys will be able to play when Farm Sim 19 comes out. Thanks to Armor, thanks to Kev the Blue Bear, thanks to Peter, and thanks to Stu B for being our farmers this week. We had a lot of fun. Don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'll figure it out, so stay tuned. Make sure you're followed and subscribed and all that. Tuesday, Drumbird Farm, and then sometime, not this week, but the following week, Old Ridge live multiplayer for the first time ever will start. So now that I've put us on a deadline, we have a week to test it and get it all ready. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.
See ya.
See ya.
This place.
Yeah. I have to get going, guys.
All right, Peter.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Yeah, same. Bye.
Are you still on the server, or are you where?
Yeah,
I
I'm
just waved
going back up to the BGA.
Alright, you might have a look between field 16 and 17, a little bit of road there. There's a very step off the edge of the road.
There is.
Yeah. That's a little bit of road there between 16 and 17.
Oh, that's okay.
There's a kind of a drop off, like it's a fairly sharp drop off the road.
Not to be that, but how many upgrades are you gonna get when 19 is gonna have new features?
$16 and $17. But
a little
bit
of
the dirt
road. The dirt road, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come back that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see this grass much better now, can't you?
Yeah, it's way better.
What FOV do you run, DP?
60.
Same as me.
It's just what I'm used to from racing and stuff. Plus there's a formula that you can use to measure the size of your monitor versus how far away you sit from it.
Yeah. And
that's how and with this 40-inch monitor, and only sit less than 3 feet away from it. My considerably less than 3 feet away from it. My FOV works out to about 55, but in Farm Sim, 60's better. 55 puts you a little close to it.
You could just go with the default.
Yeah, but then you sit back too far, and I don't.
The default is 60.
It's 70. The default is 70.
No, I have 60 because I restored my game.
I think I've got mine at 80, maybe.
You know, I just realized this tractor is desperately trying to slide down this hill.
Is it?
Yeah.
Someone can pick up the plow. And
yeah, I'm in it. I was just kind of looking at it. I was checking it out.
But I actually noticed the other day BP playing Euro Truck. When they were sitting with the new screen, I was looking. I can actually see in the mirrors now properly without having to strain my eyes. It looks way better on the bigger screen.
Yeah.
When you're sitting, and it looks more like you would nearly see in real life out your window.
Well, that's the cool thing when you get to, that's the beautiful thing about triples, is that when you look to your left,
with the head tracker. With the head tracker, I send the head tracker much better than triples.
Okay. Much cheaper.
Much cheaper, and I tell you, there is no, because in real life you'd look over, and you do that if you have triples. With the head tracker, the screen moves,
right?
So you don't actually move your head as much, I suppose, is the only thing.
Well, I can tell you that the U.S. Postal Service is not in any rush to get back to me. So at some point, if I want a head tracker, I'm going to have to just buy another one, which sucks, and it sucks hard, but I have no choice. So, and hope that this one makes it to me.
That was a bit of hay, so I just picked up Roy, I think.
Okay.
A window all the hay, so you can pick it up.
Yeah, no, Scand, I picked it up. It was just the one bit, was it?
Yeah.
Because I spent $50, $55 or whatever, whatever it comes out to with the shipping and everything. So like $55 on a head tracker, or I spend $1,800 on 2 more of these.
Yeah.
Because these are $900 a piece, so it would be $1,800 to get 2 more of these.
Yeah,
Not to mention all the lumber.
I find, and if you get you can tweak the settings then, so you can have it as to how much you turn, as to how much it turns. Like I've done it with the double monitor, and I have to say I prefer the head tracker than the double monitor.
Now I'm just telling you guys who watch my videos and watch my streams, MS, bipolar. I don't have MS. Bipolar makes me fucking kind of swing my head around occasionally. So I'm telling you, BP, hold your head still. You're making me fucking seasick. Okay, I'm just telling you now that that's going to be a thing.
See, and as I found with the triples or with the double, when I recorded on that and then put it up on YouTube, it went out live fine in the widescreen. You've seen me stream in widescreen, but then when it uploads it as the permanent, it squishes it into 16:9.
Right. That's the thing about triples. You can only record one screen.
And squeezes it in fucking.
So the other way you record triple screens is you use a head camera. You use a GoPro mounted to your head.
Yeah.
So you're looking at for me it's $1,800 to get 2 more of these because they all need to be the same size, and another $400 for GoPro, XO or whatever, so that I can film all 3 screens. So when I turn my head, you see what I'm seeing. So what's the logical answer there? I'm not going to spend $2,400.
Like if you have to get a GoPro to see what you're looking at, well, that's what I'm saying. The head tracker does all that for you. As you turn your head, it turns everything.
Because I'm looking to spend $1,700 on a new rig, so I don't have the extra money for all that other stuff. I don't even have the $1,700, but no.
Yeah, I see it.
You see, I had gone down that way when I nearly fell off it. I was like,
yeah.
That's only a smoothing fucking thing, like it's. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah. Thank you. That'll go into the notes as well.
Right, I haven't seen a single problem with the map, so just letting you know. I'm not fussy like David is. David is the best beta tester of anything because he will tell me. Honest to God, I wouldn't even notice it. Like I wouldn't notice it unless I was right over the top of it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is
what happened. Was I was driving down and I was in first person, and the next thing I nearly went off the side, and I was like, that's not good.
And let's be honest, I'm going to spend the entire time I play on this map in 3 fields, so I'm going to know those 3 fields really well, and they all look good to me. So.
Yeah. Oh well, that's it. It was just that's it. You only notice things as you're Like, I had a quick run around the map when we were on it first, but I mean, there's plenty of things we've missed.
Like, my biggest thing was that you couldn't see the windrows because of the way the sun works, and because of all the shading from the trees and the cliffs.
Yeah.
So we couldn't see I physically can't see the windrows, so and I would have changed that in single player. You know what I mean? I would have said, okay, I'll just throw this in single player. The only reason I did it at Drummond was because
I'd actually done it on one of when I was testing the last version. I'd actually changed that to the Drummond one, I think. Because of the same thing, I couldn't see the grass.
Because we do, and Drummond was a pure functionality thing. We do so much grass up there that I'm going to go blind trying to find the windrows. So at least with this grass, and the added bonus of that is this grass has a very subtle cut grass texture underneath it, which is nice. It's not bright yellow like most of them are.
Oh, you're going down to the field, David.
Grass.
Say that again.
Whoa. You're going down to the field.
Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah, I have no map on, so I don't know where you are.
I didn't see you.
I'm behind you.
Alright, that's grand. Yeah, I have no map on, so I stopped in case you were coming along by the river.
And that's a fence.
I'm still toying with the idea of fucking getting some double-sided tape and using my phone as a head track on a hat. Because it works. I have an app for it, and it does work.
It does work. Try it. It's not like.
It's an awkward head position because
trees there could be trimmed too, right? They overhang a bit.
You kind of want to keep your head down while you're using it, and my phone is heavy, so I always feel like the phone is pushing my head down further than.
In fairness, the head tracker doesn't. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Yeah.
Maybe in the eyesight. Maybe.
Like the way my microphone on this headset works is I can't see it unless I really turn my eyes to my left, so it doesn't like distract me by being there. The Logitech one, I was aware of it because it stuck out further than this one does. I might actually get a new headset.
You were giving out about your fast speed, right? I'm doing 2 miles an hour up this thing.
I know the feeling. I'm doing 1 now. 2.
Where are you?
The centre of the field.
Why don't you get ahead of me?
Because that's where the next windrow started.
Alright. Oh, you could fly past me, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Somebody remember to save.
4.
Oh, we missed a bit.
Yeah, so I'll come back and grab that.
What we didn't hit was each other.
Well.
Now I have the choice of, do I go bush flying or do I...
Is there more windrows up there, right? There is.
Yeah, there is. There's all of these at this end.
Yeah, I see him there.
Well, if you come back down this way, Travis, I'll go and get the bits we've missed up here.
Okay. I kind of like this tractor on this plow.
Yeah, it's alright. It's a good fit.
Backing up, I like the 4-wheel steer with the backing up because it turns that plow a little better.
I'm telling you, that one is brilliant with the front loader. Like it's.
Oh yeah, it's more like a telehandler.
The one thing, it would be nice if you could turn it off.
Yeah.
How can that? Here's the thing: in UK, how can that tractor be legal then to drive on the roads?
Why can't?
Well, it's not.
You're not supposed to drive it on the roads with the 4-wheel steer.
You'd have to be able to turn the 4-wheel steer on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't you drive it with 4-wheel steer?
Because it's a safety thing.
We can do it in Sweden.
Like if you get UK,
you can drive a Subaru Impreza with 4-wheel steering on the road.
But that's a different kind of 4-wheel steering, though.
But as a work vehicle, you're limited to your 50 km or your 30 kilometers or whatever an hour. It's not really.
Okay, okay. So let's go back. Let's go back a few weeks, David, or a few months, and let's remember how fast were you going with the telehandler at Drummond with 4-wheel steer on the road when you flipped over? Right.
Well, that was, in fairness, that was keyboard steer and not coming off the ditch.
So, I know in the UK it is illegal. Like the JCBs, the 4000 series, it turns the rear steer off over 20 kilometers an hour.
Right, but that's my point. As a work vehicle, as long as you're not going fast, it's legal on the road once you have your... Like, it should have flashing lights on it, which it doesn't. But any tractor by law in Europe now has to have flashing lights.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that some tractors are designed to be for certain countries specific. Yeah. So in that country, it might be legal for them to actually use four-wheel steer on the road.
That Lindbergh is really designed to be used in. It's an Alpine tractor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's more hills.
Yeah, all of Lindbergh's stuff is really Alpine. So.
Yep.
We have high mark going from the high ground, so you can go rocks easier. As well. Like the Valtra is more made for Finland and Sweden because it is more forestry tractor.
Yeah. Oh, you'd be surprised how many Valtras are kicking around in Ireland. I was amazed when I found it, when I saw them.
You'd be surprised. The Irish people are good deal. Don't care where it comes from.
Very popular.
Well,
you wouldn't know that talking to the Grassmen. It's either John Deere or New Holland with them. It's like, or if they find some old rusty hunk of shit that they want to restore.
That's because that's who's giving it to them.
Right.
I was surprised how big a fast track actually is.
Yeah, they're big. They are big, aren't they? Yeah. When you see one, like, no, I've never been next to one in real life, but even in a video,
any tractor you're besides, like,
they are big.
Yeah, but I was taking my son to school, and there was a transit van just ahead of us, and then his fast track pulled up next to us. I was like, "Holy shit, that's as big as that thing!"
Yeah. The one that goes down the street where I drive down to work. You know, because I work next to that fucking big field where they all work on.
Yeah. Well, you guys watch George Saunders, right? I mean, you've seen his videos with those, so I mean, they're huge.
Yeah.
I did
seen it on a video and then seen it in real life.
Yeah. But it's to have it compared to
but when you see somebody standing next to it, it kind of gives you an idea of it. But yeah, I know what you mean.
We had was it? That was 5 years ago. We had the fast track here in the city that did snow.